Hello, internet. God damn it.
You
Hello,
guys, you
internet,
guys
and
can't
well,
count while I'm counting. It makes my brain explode.
we're here to play Some Blades in the Dark. Welcome for joining us.
I'm
This
gonna
is
get
Archer
back on
Stone.
Reddit.
Oh boy. So you think, as you might notice, I'm just going to jump into this. RJ is not here. Unfortunately, was not able to make it today. You'd think we'd be less chaotic without RJ here, but I feel like all of us stepped up to take his spot.
Well, I think the problem is
RJ,
when
We filled the void.
when
Yeah.
RJ's not here, we don't feel like we have to try to
Yeah.
control anybody. Like we're not
Yeah.
worried about anybody else. We don't have to worry
RJ
about what RJ's
is-
about to do.
the sacrificial goblin who absorbs all of the chaos in
Yeah.
the universe.
Yep.
And now everything is out of balance.
So when he's
Yeah.
gone, we're all chaos.
RJ,
We
come
are.
back.
Oh boy. So hello everybody. We're here to play Some Blades in the Dark. We're very happy for you to be joining us here today. We're gonna get started in here in just a moment here. But first I'm gonna talk about what we've got going on the channel this week. If you want to join us for anything else, I believe our next scheduled live stream will be on Monday. We'll be turning with Red Jenny, our Dragon Age TTRPG, on at 8 o'clock Eastern time, continuing to get as much Dragon Age SEO as we can with this with this campaign. I think when we started out was around the time the TV show came out, and we're going to be ending around the time the game is coming out. So
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So hopefully maybe some people jump on, maybe they'll watch the show. Maybe you're watching this and you haven't seen us play the last 60 episodes of that game.
Maybe BioWare will finally answer for their crimes of stealing our IP.
I honestly starting a lawsuit, class action lawsuit against BioWare. No.
What class are you going to play in the lawsuit, though?
Warrior, because nobody else is.
Ziggy's a warrior.
Think
Yes,
he's a
he
warrior
is.
now.
He is.
But the obvious answer is rogue. Duh.
Well, yeah, you gotta. Then you could all backstab the judge at the same time.
So
I'm only playing if we start at level 5. I want my extra attack in this class action.
That's the thing, is that you can pick a class from any tabletop game.
Oh shit.
Oh, then artificer. Duh.
That's everybody just picks Artificer.
Artificer,
Oops,
yeah.
all artificers.
So anyway, we've been talking about.
Oh no,
a
wait,
lot of
I
stuff
do want to be able to
pre-stream.
summon ghosts. Just kidding.
That would be good. We were talking about a lot of stuff pre-stream, so some of that might bleed over into this game. So
And you can watch the podcast.
and you can watch the podcast that we definitely recorded in our pre-stream.
Like to watch podcasts.
Yeah.
So do I.
I don't like to listen to it. I like to watch my podcast on mute.
You really get the facial expressions, and yeah, it's great.
Should we start
That's
over?
I think so. Can we turn off the
Mulligan.
stream?
Let's cut the stream and then come back.
Cut the feed.
Oh boy. So that's it. Join us for games. Schedules below our faces. I'm gonna go ahead and let everyone else here introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off the channel, and who they're playing tonight. And I believe we're probably starting with Van still.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at VanBoWilder. Mostly streaming on this channel and over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly on Sunday night. We have played tomorrow night? We got stream tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we do.
Come watch us play on LB and Ren's channel tomorrow night. It'll be really fun. Tonight I'm playing Glass. It's not tonight, it's like 2 p.m. But I've cocooned myself in my office, so it's pretty dark. I'm playing Glass. They're the Whisper. That's all I have to say.
Are we
Thank
still in same order? Would I be next?
Just go in the same order. That's fine.
Cool. Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid. Not really, unless I really don't want you to for some reason. I am here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. Here, haha. This afternoon, I will be playing Salome. She is the group's spider.
I don't know what I thought else would be going on this afternoon. I'm all like, 2 games, 1 day. Wow, double dipping. Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D, and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventurers channel. Today I'm playing as Grackle, who is our hound, DanaeKeener.com.
You said a different word than usual, and it freaked me out.
What
You
word did
usually
I say, and what do I usually
I don't know if
say?
I was like, I had this moment where I was like, something, like, I was back in the darkest house, like, something was wrong.
So
Oh no!
Because you
You
always
spoiled
say,
Val's surprise. We're now going to be playing Darkest House today.
because you always say, and a lot of
That
things
just-
on the Indoor Adventurers stream, and you said channel
Oh.
today.
Oh shit.
And I
Yeah.
had this moment of visceral panic.
I'm-
Oh no!
Which is
it's-
completely unreasonable.
It's
We're
because
gonna-
they've been replaced.
It's like, wait, something's wrong.
No, and Van's like, no, that's my job. I'm supposed to be replaced by a duplicate.
I know you all are just waiting for the moment, like we're in the middle of a game. I just you all
it
walk
happens
through a
again.
door and then suddenly you're just in the darkest
I
house.
think I would
forever.
stand up and run in circles around my office out of excitement. I loved that shit. It was so
Yeah.
scary, but I loved it so much. If you guys haven't watched
Fucking
those
terrifying.
on the YouTube, go watch our little Darkest House series. It was awesome.
It was
Nothing
so
will be scarier than playing it as ourselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the
Nothing
weirdest-
will be
The weirdest
scarier.
part was
Yeah.
playing it as
We
ourselves.
played as ourselves.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen though is it is gonna be as you. We're gonna be like in the middle of the session. We're gonna come back from break. We're gonna be talking out of character, and I'm gonna just like full like meta game change it to like and Van as you click.
Wait, what?
Don't do that.
But then we're all in the Darkest House. Like, we left our own rooms, and then we were all just physically together somehow.
Yeah, with a series of like storage units and trucks, I can make this happen.
You're gonna game changer us?
Yes.
Oh no. I think I
We
would
are not
explode.
animals.
Seriously, that's one of my favorite miniseries that we've ever done. Like hands
Yeah.
down. It
So
was
good.
That'd be
I
fun
would
to do
love
again.
to do that again. I'd love to put different characters in the dark. Yeah, if you guys haven't played The Darkest House, freaking go. I don't even
Go.
remember who wrote it. Go get that shit. It's really good.
Yeah,
It's
very
amazing.
good. I thought it was an evil hat thing, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'll post it in the chat because everybody,
It-
if you like
it sounds
horror,
familiar,
it's really
but it
good.
could very well just be because you say evil hat every time.
Yeah, I mean that's like 90% of the games I run. Oh no, it's Monty Cook.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm in the Darkest House now. I'm reliving the same conversation. This has absolutely happened before.
It's like freaking.
All right. Well, I should do my introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm Val. You can
I
find me at the
forgot we were
Kraken's
doing
Crown,
intros.
lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing and running games. I run this one. I run a game on Wednesdays of Neon Souls, which will have a session of this Wednesday. And then next Saturday, hold on. Monday, Dragon Age. Wednesday, Neon Souls. Back to this on Saturday. There you go. That's me.
You skipped
Y'all ready to get
Tuesday.
started?
You skipped Tuesday. We have Tuesday, right?
But I'm saying what I run.
Oh, okay.
That's what I don't run that game. Van, am I running that game now? Wait, hold on.
Val, we meant to tell you this earlier.
No,
You have
but
been elected.
if I have time to get my fucking act together, you might be running the stream.
Yeah. So that's it. Are you ready to get started?
Sure,
50
why
minutes
not?
in.
That's usually how long it takes us.
That is true.
Nothing is different today.
We cut down on Arj's introduction and filled
Yeah.
that space
We
with.
got rid of RJ just so that we could bullshit during his space.
Oh no, RJ, we love you.
RJ,
Uh,
come back.
RJ.
RJ, come back.
You.
Previously on Hearts of Stone, the obedient servants enacted a plan to take out Chief Helker and frame
You're
him.
already
for some...
fucking up the name.
I know. It's the last time I ever have to say it.
I'm gonna put it in text somewhere on the screen so everyone can see what we're saying.
Chief
I-
Hicks Helker.
I murdered him as a gift for you.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
you no
I
longer
don't
have to
ever
say his
deal with this
name.
man again. And frame him for some of the crimes you committed, as well as getting the blue coats off your tail. You successfully discredited Hicks by drugging his aftershave with blood needle, causing the erratic Hicks to lash out at subordinates and inevitably causing him to be detained as a result. You were
It
able
just
to also.
when you just say it outright like that, it sounds fucking psychotic.
It is
what we have
psychotic.
done here.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, I'm not. A lot of this probably will sound more psychotic as I go. You were also able to plant fabricated evidence of Hicks's crimes and get into the hands of the Bluecoats. Once Hicks was detained, you carried out your operation to break him out of detainment so you could question him. After breaking into the precinct and freeing Bastian, a horse thief, you broke Hicks free of his cell. However, at the same time, a hole attacked the precinct, slaughtering the Bluecoats in his path. You protected Hicks as you fled, convincing nearby Bluecoats to help. Making a break for the sewer tunnel entrance at a nearby park, you were surprised by dozens of holes stepping out from nearby homes. Glass is able to provide enough of a distraction to help you escape with a combination of Fume's smoke grenades and their new ability to vanish into spectral form. Taking Hicks back to the coffer, you interrogated him under the guise of turning against the Baron as members of the Red Sashes. You learn more about Hicks's relationship with the Baron and the type of work the Baron had him doing over the last decade. Hicks asks you to ensure that his and his family's escape from Dustfall, collecting hidden valuables, and passing a message on to his wife Helen to book passage at the docks to Skullval. However, with Hicks's family safe, Grackle began smuggling Hicks out of Night Market straight into the clutches of a pursuing Hull, which promptly murdered Hicks, only then reverting back to human consciousness and fleeing from the scene.
I did that on purpose. That was intentional.
And we did all that in like
Yes.
3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Indeed. That was again when I was writing this recap because I need to in order to not miss anything. Boy, it went on for a while. I was like, oh my god, there was so much that happened last session.
We are professionals.
You are. Where are we gonna
We
pick
are
up?
farmers. Sorry.
How
Here
fucking
today.
dare you?
Please, this is a progressive household.
Get a catchier jingle then, okay?
Progressive has flow though.
Where
us
we're
go.
going to pick up here today is with downtime. Well, I guess what I want to ask, I'll give you all the option first before we just move straight into downtime. With everything that happened, because we were escaping from different places and making our way by the Joy Box, is there any scene do y'all want to talk amongst yourselves about what happened before we move into like in the immediate aftermath of the crimes you committed?
It doesn't need to be a scene, but Grackle does fill everybody in on what happened.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
we also need to make sure that everybody knows the stuff about the Heartstones too, because Glass saw the weird red shit.
Yeah.
I think just that though. I think a little bit of a information dump.
I
Yes,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
I'll
the most
share your-
important things being Hicks is dead.
Yep.
Also, the hulls were being controlled.
Yep.
Yeah, and you got the full confirmation that these were in fact like people.
Citizens,
These
yeah.
weren't just like
Mhm.
Robotic, like programmed holes. These were
Who, after
Yeah.
they initiated their sequence,
Yeah.
woke up and had
As
no
it
memory.
turns out, every single hull that the Baron is manufacturing is a sleeper agent. Yeah.
Fun.
He's doing Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't
You're
know
an
what-
iRobot.
He's
The
doing
movie.
the Five Nights at Freddy's reverse scoop.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay.
There's some parts of Five Nights at Freddy's. Do you guys know what getting scooped is?
Who's talking right now? Is that Glass or is Van
He's
accusing me
doing-
of doing a Five Nights at Freddy's? Or is
Van
Glass
is accusing the Baron of doing a Five Nights at Freddy's because in Five Nights at Freddy's, you get scooped.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Mhm.
put in an animatronic, but then you get reverse. There's a time. Do you guys know about Mike?
Yes.
He got reverse scooped,
Mm-hmm.
and he got scooped. His insides got scooped out, and then his insides were replaced with robot parts. So he was
Yes.
backwards. He was human on the outside, animatronic on the inside, and that is why I'm not making this up. Canonically, Mike smells bad
Yes.
Yes. Correct.
because his outsides are cute.
Yes.
Yep.
This is all true. We all know this.
This is
This
all
is all
true.
correct.
As long as
Everyone
everyone
is-
knows what I'm talking about.
Everyone knows about Five Nights at Freddy's lore.
The character you play as in the first game, Mike.
Yeah, and he was
actually-
fired because of bad
he smells
smell.
bad.
Yeah,
But he
yeah,
smells
yeah,
bad
yeah,
because he got reverse scoops. His outsides are human, his insides are animatronic, and he's rotting.
Yes, this is all true.
Mhm.
I
The
only
Baron?
know slightly more about Five Nights lore than Amanda.
Chronically offline, Amanda.
Yes, only slightly more. I
Uh,
learned during her journey.
Yeah, Baron, huge fan
Chat, don't
of Five
don't
Nights at
fuck with
Freddy's.
me. We
Five
can't keep talking
Nights
about
at
Five Nights at
Freddy's.
Freddy's.
Yeah.
I have an
so,
obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's
No
lore.
one was talking
if there's
about
nothing we
Five
need
Nights
to
at
do
Freddy's.
right now, oh, y'all advanced last time, your crew.
Did
Didn't
we
you?
get an advancement?
Somebody shouted
Yes.
that we advanced last time.
We did.
Uh,
I still
So-
have them filled in because we didn't pick an ability.
yeah. So y'all did also advance last time. If we want to do that before we get downtime.
Oh, do we get
Um,
a? Do we get monies?
Yeah. So for
And we have got to do heat and all that shit too, don't we? Because our heat clears, but then we're
yeah,
gonna get
I went
more heat.
ahead and cleared a wanted level and your current heat. On
Oh,
your
you
sheet there.
did that. Okay.
I did that.
I got confused when I opened the sheet and it was done.
Yes,
was
I
like,
did that
"Thank
so we
you."
wouldn't forget.
I appreciate that.
So with crew advancements, yeah, everyone gets stash equal to your tier +2, so everyone gets 4 stash.
Yes.
And then the we need to decide what advancement y'all want to take for your crew.
So it's either 1 special ability or 2 upgrades.
I'm 1 coin away from full.
I'm only 3
This
away.
is the-
Spending that money.
First time that we have
I want to be able to roll my wealth.
Oh, that's
gotten
true.
an advancement since moving to roll 20.
Yeah.
So I need to refamiliarize myself with the crew sheet.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
so we've got a lot of stuff is the thing.
You do.
The layer stuff we have left is the carriage and the workshop. We could do any of the training ones except prowess because we already have that one. The only other
What does the workshop do?
The workshop. Oh, I had it pulled up and then it went away.
We
Player
can
has a
choose-
workshop appointed with tools for tinkering and alchemy, as well as a small library of books, documents, and maps. You may accomplish long-term projects with these assets without leaving your lair.
Wow.
Oh,
Pretty good.
wow.
Pretty good.
That
looking for which ones
sounds...
y'all. Do y'all have all of the shadow ones now?
The only one we don't have is elite rooks. Because we don't have any rooks.
Yeah.
Because we took skulks.
The workshop sounds really useful in a lore sense.
Mhm.
I don't know if we ever really worried about whether or not we had to leave our lair.
And that
for
could
long-term
definitely be a worry
projects.
now. It's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Fume.
Especially with Fume making his new hull.
Yeah.
I
I
like,
don't know,
lore-
potentially needing to make more because all the rest of them are fucked.
Yeah,
Because all the rest canonically
lore-wise,
smell bad.
we might. They
lore-wise,
smell bad.
they smell bad. Lore-wise, I feel like the workshop is the way to go.
If we
think
do
that
the
makes
workshop, we
sense.
can get another one. Because we can do 2 upgrades. We could
Yes.
do the workshop. We don't. I
Do
don't.
we
And
want
then
a
get the
cohort?
start of the carriage.
Get the start of the carriage. We could also get one of the training ones.
Mhm. Yeah, because
Ooh.
y'all only have prowess training right now.
Yeah, because that's the one we started with.
Oh, dude, fucking send it. Let's grab that training.
And do workshop and then
You do.
resolve, maybe? I don't know. There's personal and there's mastery also, but I don't know what those ones are.
Mastery is your crew has access to master level training. You advance your pasties action rating to 4. You may advance them to 4.
Oh.
Oh wait.
Is
Uh,
Uh-oh.
Was that with?
Did we just
Was
learn
that
that you
locked
guys
off?
can't advance to 4 without
your crew has
that?
access, yeah. Until you unlock those upgrade, PC action ratings are capped at 3.
Whoopsie.
Oops.
They should put that in other places
This
in the
costs
book.
4 upgrade boxes to unlock.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow, they should put that in
Whoopsie.
other places in the book.
They should make that a lot clearer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Val, what do
That's
you want to do
funny.
about that?
Woo.
Well.
Anybody want to check and see just how many action ratings Fume has up to 4?
3 of mine are
It's
at 4.
1, 2, 3,
I only
4
have
of them.
1 up to 4
Yeah,
currently,
Fume has
but
Has-
4 up to...
4 action ratings that are up to 4.
Oops.
Man, that would change a lot of stuff.
Sure would.
see.
What's the easiest way to fix this?
I mean, if you're going for simplicity, it would just be to allocate those 4th points into something else in that same
Yeah.
thing. Because we can't really...
Mhm.
This is like episode 29 or something.
Yeah.
Are we at
Yeah.
29? We can't really go back and account for all of our upgrades.
No, and that's
There's no
fine
way.
because it would have been the same thing. Like if you just allocated those into other things within the same category, that is
Yep.
probably the easiest way.
Should we
Mhm.
do that?
I think
Probably.
so.
And then maybe
Yeah.
dump these 2 in mastery. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
This is
Maybe.
gonna fuck with Fume. But you know what? Honestly, the fact that he's coming back as a Hull is going to probably
There you go.
explain it.
He's got like the
Yeah.
resurrection sickness.
Which I need to see
Yeah.
whether maybe holes if they have the same requirements. I'm assuming so, but yeah, we'll have to
Well,
see.
shit.
On that.
more like that's
Well,
more like rules
now-
clarifications in the dark. Listen,
Listen.
Listen,
they
are you listening?
hid that rule in here
Yeah, it was buried,
because I know Val's read this whole ass book.
buried
have-
deep in the crew upgrades.
This
Uh,
is first I'm hearing about this shit, and I got this motherfucking book right here.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this has got to be in like the action ratings, and we all just
Just
glossed
missed
over it
it,
because it's
yeah.
like, yeah, no, obviously this is how action ratings work. It's the simplest shit in the world.
Yeah,
The
and again,
real treasure is the rules we learn along the way.
Again,
I'll
it
say
makes
this,
a
you'd
lot
think
of
it would be indicated
sense.
on the sheets too, with so
Well,
much stuff that's indicated and limited on the sheets. You'd think that'd be on
what's
there.
really funny about it is because I was reading a different rules system. It might have been for the cowboy one. And there was a section of the book that I read that it was like you're capped at 3 until you take an advancement later on that lets you do that. And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
You're telling me that there's a cowboy version of this game?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aren't I Boo Boo the Fool?
Yeah, it's called what did we say? What was the name of it? Fistful of Darkness, I think.
That's
Is it
so
Fistful of
fucking funny.
Darkness?
I think so.
Incredible.
So
I'm taking that skirmish point and I'm putting it in wreck. I got
That's
so
so
good
funny.
at breaking shit
Fistful
in
of
the past.
Darkness.
Like,
Well,
This
this is funny because when we switched to Scum and Villainy on Wednesdays, we were talking about how weird we thought it was that they capped all the skills at 3.
that was right. Yeah.
Because we were
yeah.
talking about like that being the
'Cause that
balancing
rule
thing
system
for like
doesn't-
the extra rerolls that you get.
Yeah, that one you just don't ever get the ability to
Yeah,
have.
there's
4.
just 3, but because there's
but-
an extra mechanic to it where you can like add dice to your roll and stuff.
All right. Well, somebody give RJ the bad news later, and we
I'm
will.
not telling
I'll-
you.
we'll
I
move on.
literally
And
just
then-
opened
and then
up
our
Discord
two-
to do that.
Our 2 are gonna go mastery, I'm guessing, because we kind of want that.
Do we
yeah,
wanna
let's
do-
that?
We want to hold off on the workshop.
So I think y'all can wait for mastery. Y'all roll so high anyway.
Be quiet, GM. Stop it.
Anything to do to nerf y'all. You can put both into mastery. You could do 1 into workshop and 1 into mastery.
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Go ahead and
that sounds
get.
good.
If we get RJ the workshop, maybe it won't feel as bad.
It'll a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
But we got you the workshop.
But you got a workshop?
Okay. Put one on the street. Damn. Well.
What? All are just this, whoops.
Well. Fuck that one up a little bit.
Yeah, we're messaging
You know
RJ
what?
right now and have the same reaction as all of us.
Easy fix though. It would be
fucking
way
great.
worse if we fucked up our stats in like D&D or something. This is way
Listen,
easier
yeah, this
fix.
is an easy fix. We just reallocate them. The washes out all the same way because you would have spent the same
Mhm.
upgrades to get there.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
good.
Just gotta move the
on
dots
that.
around.
Yeah, and if anything, this will probably help a lot of you with like your resistances and stuff as well. So that there's a plus there.
Yeah, that means if mine are 3, 3, and 4 now.
Yeah. So the lowest you're rolling
Yeah.
for any of your resistance
Now I'm-
rolls is
Now I'm not going to be the powerhouse of resistance.
No, I'm still 322, y'all. Sorry.
I mean, I'm 422. That's not bad. You're doing pretty good.
You guys sound like aliens trying to tell humans how tall you are.
3 4 4 4
I'm
2 4 4 3 2 2 4 3
3 1
2
1.
3 1.
All right.
Zero,
Well,
0, 1.
let's that was a quick little crew upgrade. Now let's move on to downtime.
Wow.
It definitely didn't have like lasting consequences on our game.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about it.
I've killed so many people with my fists.
I think you still would have done it.
Please, somebody put that on the quote sheet.
Yes,
every
I've
time.
killed so many people with my fists.
So,
What is
downtime.
I need an actual nap right now.
Yep. Yep.
Let's do. Oh wait, we didn't do payoff or did we do payoff or anything last time? I don't think
Nope.
we did.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
No.
So let's do that. Payoff.
Oh, dude, this is my favorite part.
Yeah. So you earn 2 rep per score by default, and then if the target is a higher tier than you, take +1. I think we decided that when we did the entanglement for this, I wasn't counting him as like you weren't going against the blue coats. It was an individual. He wasn't a tier higher.
So we didn't get the XP for that either.
Yes,
Yeah.
we didn't get the. You didn't get the extra. I didn't take away the die for that. For him being a tier higher on
Yeah.
the engagement. So you just get the 2 rep on this one. The operation was not so quiet that nobody knew about it. So you actually do get rep on this.
Well, most of that is fucking T2's fault.
Yeah, that's very true.
For coin, I'm gonna give y'all we'll go with what's he saying? You gave money to Helen. I'm gonna say 6 coins for this job. Most of that is I'm taking away some because I was between 6 and 8. I'm going with 6 for a standard score because you use some of the money from the job to make sure Helen and the kids got out of town safe. So 6 coin, however y'all want to divide that up is up to you.
How's the vault looking?
We got 4 spots left in the vault. We could all take 1 and put 2 in the vault, or if anybody needs 2, they can have 2.
Yeah, let's do that.
Take
Everybody take 1.
I'm 4.
Do you want 2?
Hold
See
on.
where-
$1? You want $2?
I know
You want $2?
RJ's about to spend a lot of money too.
Yeah,
let
I'm
me see.
struggling to read this. Okay, give me a second.
Why
Mine's
don't you
Grackle.
take mine? Because I'm loaded right now, so you can take mine. You take 2.
Sure.
Do it.
2 for
Thank you.
Grackle.
Uh-huh.
Let me
So
see.
Fume has 1 right now. Do you want me to put 1 on Fume sheet?
You could probably do Fume 2 as well.
Yeah.
Because I've got a
Okay.
fuck ton of stash.
So 2 to Grackle, 2 to Fume, 1 to Glass, and
I'll
Salome.
take one just so I have one in my
Yeah,
pocket.
and you've got stuff in your crew vault in case you need to take money out of that. All right.
Yeah, we've got
add the Fume sheet.
we've got 12 in the crew sheet, so
Cool.
I think we're good.
Let's
I've
talk
got a bunch of stash I
about-
can pull from if we need it.
Let's talk about heat.
Let's talk about heat, baby.
0 heat is smooth and quiet, low exposure.
Again, a lot of this was not our fault.
2 heat was contained, standard exposure.
We didn't summon the Terminator.
You
disappeared.
didn't, but the way that that does count as what happened on your job.
I think that's a little unfair. We didn't come up with him.
No, we did not.
We didn't
No one
say,
said
you
life
know,
was
it would
fair.
be really funny if we unleashed a
Especially
Terminator
not
on a
in
police
Dustfall.
station.
Sometimes this stuff happens.
You're right. You're right.
I'm probably going between. I'm probably looking at like loud and chaotic. I don't think it fully got wild. So that would be 4 heat baseline.
I think it's a good starting point.
That's fair.
Add +1 heat for a high profile or well connected target.
You said no.
Well, I said he wasn't a tier higher than you. He is a high profile target. He is the district chief of,
Was he when the job happened though?
Yes.
Mm.
He was still district chief.
Mm. But was he well connected after he tried to shoot his coworker?
We'll say 5 heat there. 1 heat if situation happened on hostile turf. I'm not going to count that because Night Market is technically your
It's ours.
hunting grounds. And then 1 heat if you're at war. You're not. 2 heat if killing was involved. Whether the crew did the killing or not, bodies draw attention.
We knew there was gonna be a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and y'all did murder murder him at the end there. I would have hand waved the blue coats dying and be like, yeah, they
But
survived.
no, we were fully prepared to have to kill Hicks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We knew
So-
Grackle was gonna kill him. We allotted
Listen, I know
for that.
I didn't kill him, but I was responsible.
So we're gonna call that 7 heat for this job.
What's max heat before we get another wanted level?
9.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably where my freebie is going, is to
Yeah,
maybe
so
lower
we're
some
7.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
The
Do some more heat lowering. Working on
Mhm.
heat, maybe.
we don't have to worry about incarceration. Let's do entanglements then.
Did we do rep?
Yeah, we did that. Y'all got 2 rep.
2 rep. We're full on rep.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
I don't know how I missed clicking the button.
So y'all can decide whether you want to upgrade your crew from weak hold to strong. So you can start getting closer to getting to tier 3.
Tier 3, baby. Do we have to pay to up our hold, or is it just for the tier?
Yes, you it's the same thing as crew advancement. It's just you essentially have to advance your crew, or you have to like upgrade your crew twice to get to the next tier. So this would, you'd still pay and spend your rep.
8 times your tier level, right?
16.
Yeah, but you have patron,
So halved.
so
So 8.
it's 8. So it'd be 8 coin to go up to the next to increase your hold.
Can we hold off on that and wait and see how much Fume
Yeah,
has to
you can.
spend
You-
on new hole?
Yeah, you don't have to do that right now.
I'll
You just
leave-
can't gain more rep while you.
Yeah, I'll leave the tracker full.
Okay. So just cap out your rep and we'll leave it there. Okay, entanglements. Y'all are at wanted level 3 right now. So I'm gonna roll 3 dice and y'all are at 7 heat.
Yep.
Okay. So we're rolling on the big boy table.
I love the big boy table. I don't get to sit there that often because I'm so short. I'm like
So that's a
422.
6.
Oh,
Which
God.
would be arrest.
Oop.
So I'll roll one more time, so y'all get to decide. That's a 4, which would be demonic notice or show of force.
I really don't want anyone to get arrested. I'm not just saying
So-
that because I love
Do-
demons.
Yeah, we do love demons. We do
I'll remind-
love
If we got
demons.
arrested right now,
Well, let me tell you
I-
what arrest does.
It's not always
Uh,
us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want
it
anyone
let-
to get arrested.
The way that it works is an inspector presents a case file of evidence to a magistrate to begin prosecution of your crew. The blue coats send a detail to arrest you. A gang at least equals in scale to your wanted level. Pay them off with coin equal to your wanted level +3. Hand over someone for arrest, which would clear your heat, or try to evade capture.
Oh,
So you have those 3 options.
it would be
Uh,
fun to try to evade capture.
This
That
would
Oh
could be
no!
very
essentially-
fun.
Don't catch me!
This
But
would essentially
also,
put y'all like at odds with the blue coats.
You didn't tell me I could run.
I did take Jailbird.
We could break you out.
So,
Did
if
take
I-
Jailbird.
if Salome was incarcerated at this time, it would count as wanted level 2, which is what, a couple months?
That's not bad.
It's really not bad, and that
One level
we-
2 is several months. Yeah.
that would
Do-
also make our wanted level go down, right?
If there's any time to play the Jailbird card, it's now, while our wanted level is so low.
So low, 3 out of 4. You're right,
Uh,
though.
Yeah, it would be if somebody gets arrested, your wanted level is reduced by 1 and you clear your heat.
So our heat would go back down to 0. Salome would treat the wanted
And your
level
heat
as
would
2.
reduce, and your
As a
heat
2.
would be reduced to, or your wanted
Whoa.
level would be reduced to a 2.
And
Yeah,
like
that's
this
what I
is
was
the
saying.
perfect time to have like a time jump, a
Mhm.
time
Do you want to go to prison?
forward. What's the?
I mean, that could be
We
fun
haven't
because
dealt with the
we haven't
prison
dealt
mechanics,
with
though.
in prison yet. And I do get a +1 faction status with any factions that I help on the inside.
Danae, what you're looking for is time skip.
Thank you.
I saw you.
Did you see my
I saw
pain?
you go, what is that?
Does
what am I...
so for your jailbird, you get to treat it as a tier lower, but doesn't add any dice to your incarceration. Does it say anything about incarceration roll?
It says when incarcerated, your wanted level counts as 1 less, your tier counts as 1 more,
Okay.
and you gain +1 faction status with a faction that you help on the inside in addition to your incarceration roll.
Okay.
That's really
so
good.
That it is good. So essentially, what would happen is Salome would make an incarceration roll, which is normally equal to your tier level. You get to do +1, so you'd be rolling 3 dice. The effects of that are if you roll a 1 to 3, then it's a horrific experience and you suffer a level of trauma. If it's 4 or 5, then you keep your head down, do your time without incident. 6, you do your time well. Your crew gains 1 prison claim and +1 faction status with a faction that you're assisted while you served your time. And then on a critical, you get 3 rep, 1 prison claim, +1 faction status.
It really is just 50-50 on whether or not it's horrible or actually
Or
pretty
if it's
good.
dope.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's 50% that it's a horrible experience. You get trauma. It's
Mhm.
like 2 out of 6, and is that 33% that
It's
you
1/3.
Yeah.
1/3. So
1/3
33%
that it's fine.
that's fine,
and then,
nothing
like,
happens, and
yeah.
then
1/3 that it actually rules being in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a third of
1/6.
the 50% that it's not bad. I have a question. What does Jailbird do for you?
well, that's what gives so for Jailbird, you're only going to be incarcerated for the 1 level lower. So normally
few
at tier
months.
3 it would be a year or 2. For Salome would treat it like 1 level 2, so it'll only be several months, and then you get to roll an additional die because it increases your tier for the incarceration roll, so you get to make
So
use an
you-
additional
So
die
I would roll 3 die,
instead of 2.
and
Yeah.
I get a
Oh.
+1 to that die.
That
well,
that
no,
makes
3
it-
that +1 is the
additional die.
Oh, is the
additional
incarceration?
die.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
so
so
I
that's,
would
three-
roll
that's
roll
so
3
much
dice.
better. That's so
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
I'm really coming
That's
around
better
to
odds.
Salome going to jail.
Sally, you
Honestly,
wanna go to
like
jail?
in character, I think Salome might just be like,
It's about time.
And also, you could, if it goes really bad, I mean, like, we all know we want a trauma. Like,
yeah, exactly.
we're
not-
Out
we're not
of
trying to
character,
hide that.
trauma dope. In character,
trauma dump, more like
Off
trauma
to the next
dope.
grand adventure. Am I right?
Yes.
I want some off to the next adventure. I want
I'm really glad you guys
I
liked
want to
that
know
so much.
It's so
I
good.
want to know the juicy drama that lands her in prison, because I cannot believe that she doesn't walk in there willingly.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's.
I feel
Actually,
like-
we can play out that scene.
Are we doing
this
this?
is-
Are we doing this?
Are we doing
This
this?
is like a
RJ, you
gambit.
leave and I go to jail. Yeah.
Sending Salome to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she's absolutely sacrificing the queen on the chessboard for a
Mhm.
master play.
Because
Like,
yeah,
this is-
like
Yeah.
This is
if
on
if
purpose.
Salome's going to jail, she knows that these assholes are coming at least like 12 hours before they show up.
Oh yeah.
So I think what happens is a day after, or a couple days after your escapades in Night Market, there is you receive word from Jaren that the Bluecoats are going to be making a move against your crew. Salome, I don't know. You probably get a letter, a small like unsigned piece of paper that is
They are coming.
delivered to you.
It's a handprint.
Lets you
It
know
says,
that
"We know."
from Jaren, that you know is from Jaren, essentially saying that Bluecoats will be coming to the jewelry box. Do what you need to do.
Family meeting? I know Fume is busy elsewhere. We're going to be raided in approximately 8 hours.
Okay.
I think it might be time for me to take a short-ish holiday.
All right. We can get
But-
you out of here pretty easily. The escape routes are still pretty secure from when we had to get Helker's family out of here.
I don't think that's what she's talking about.
It is like not comprehending on Grackle's face.
Jack. I believe it would be best, given the goodwill that I've accrued with several groups within the city, that I go willingly.
Like the math is flying.
Mhm. Look, most of our larger projects are wrapping up or going to take a good amount of time to come to fruition. And I feel like this could be a very educational experience for continued ways for us to grow our business.
You mean you go with them for 8 hours max and then we pay your bail, right?
No. No.
Do you think we can afford Salome's bail?
You're... We're talking about hard time here. We're talking about Iron Hook.
A couple of months. Believe me, I know people.
Salome, if anybody here is gonna take the fall, it's me.
Absolutely not.
You'll be in Iron Hook for 2 hours before they stab you in the throat. No offense. People like Salome. Plus, you play chess, right? It's a bold move.
Can't hear you.
How are you so sure you're going to be all right?
Quite simply, I'm not. But given time for preparation, I like my chances.
I don't hate this. I think it could work.
Bluecoats get their big victory. I am a model prisoner. And when shit's still going down while I'm in there, I mean, I can very easily say, it wasn't me.
Someone's gonna have to run this place.
So who will be stepping up in my absence?
I think that's up to you.
Oh, I trust both of you implicitly to make sure that we don't run this place into the ground in a couple of months. I'm asking who would like to do it.
Well, considering Jack is staring boring holes into the carpet, I'll take over.
Only if it will not put a damper in your personal clients, of course.
No, I don't think so. Many of them are actually conspicuously absent right now. Traveling, busy, dead.
Mm.
And then when you get back, I can get back to building up my book.
Absolutely use the time in the meantime. You are babos with even more people than you would realize, taking care of the big picture. Well, have either of you been to prison before?
I've been in several prisons.
Good question. I don't know. Maybe Grackle's been to prison.
I have not been incarcerated. Well, not in any serious sense. Hard to
Me either.
catch.
Hard to keep. Grackle, any advice?
My advice is not to go to prison to begin with. But I know better than to try and talk you out.
Is it the whole beat up the biggest person you see sort of thing, or?
Better advice is not to be the biggest person in the yard.
That's quite easy for me.
Physically, maybe. Force of personality says otherwise.
I'll wade in first. Get a lay of the land, not poke the bear. Have to figure out who the bear is first.
I'm sure you'll catch on quick.
Well, should probably make sure everything is in order.
Oh yes, I've got some things to hide under the floorboards.
Quite right. They'll probably give my quarters the most thorough pass through, so I may ask if either of you might take a couple of my more personal effects into your hidey holes instead.
Of course.
All right. Well, time to pack, I suppose. Lightly. Pack lightly. Yeah. I think Salome spends the remainder acting like she's going on a last-minute extended vacation.
Oh boy.
Gets a bug out bag.
A few hours later, as some patrons are in the front room of the jewelry box, business continuing, the doors of the establishment burst open, and filing in about 10 blue coats with 10 more waiting outside.
And Salome is just in a chair, like next to the door with a small bag, like her.
Yeah.
Like she's ready to go.
Like she's ready to go out. Like she's waiting at the train station.
Before
the doors,
They walk in and Glass has already got an attitude. It's like, oh, whose birthday is
they begin to push.
Before the blue coats show, Grackle will get in real close with Salome, and press a fan into her hands, and say, if you need to get out of there, you tell me.
You'll be the first to know.
I don't doubt it. And then she goes on a scavenging trip because she should not
cannot
be there
be
when
here.
they show up.
Yeah. With Grackle gone, the blue coats raid the jewelry box, immediately like bursting down the front door, shouting at some of the patrons, pulling people outside, like immediately fanning out throughout the establishment, busting all the doors open, interrupting some people mid-coitus.
Glasses using
Is
the
this
raid?
really necessary?
A lieutenant
Glass-
steps. Oh, sorry. Good.
No, I was gonna say Glass is using the raid to sort of like establish themselves as like on scene as also a figure of authority, like trying to like keep people calm and like stuff like that, like very purposefully.
Yeah.
Behind the first wave of blue coats that come in, an officer, very dour looking gentleman, steps through the front door, surveys the room, looks to you sitting by the front door, Salome, and says, "Where's the owner of this establishment?"
Right here, of course. I'm ready to go when you are.
Right. You're Salome.
You're... Nope. No. We're
No,
being
I'm
nice.
Salome.
I'm Salome.
I am
Behaving.
Salome.
We're all
We're
Salome.
behaving. Yes, officer.
Right. Cuffer, rest of you, fan out, search the place. The couple of the blue coats move over, ignoring your bags that are packed,
Of course.
slapping cuffs on you and pulling Salome out the door. A couple of the other blue coats pushing past you, begin just full on raiding the place, like throwing things out of chests, searching
They
drawers.
ain't gonna find
Yeah, imagine
shit.
y'all had fair
Oh,
warning.
they find plenty, just not what they're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, other than just like drugs and paraphernalia,
Everything
like that.
in here is legal that they
Yeah.
can find.
Lingerie, whips and chains.
I feel like we
so
probably
many
like,
sex toys. So many sex toys. So many sex toys.
I just feel like in the lead up to the raid, Glass went down into Fume's workshop and was like, I need your help. I gotta borrow a few stuff. And we took a bunch of rope and metal and just threw them together and repurposed them into just like an
The most terrifying
amount of like sex toys and stuff and just put them
Yes.
everywhere.
No,
Yeah.
they open a door and it's just dildos.
Just dildos.
Yes.
There's rope everywhere in here.
Everywhere.
Like, yeah.
Everything's sticky. They
Just
are
pour some sciencey
anything-
shit on the floor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
anything to keep them from looking too closely at the stuff that you've hidden. I imagine you're doing the same trick where you hide the entrance to the cellar to keep anybody from going downstairs, where you've hidden your vaults and everything else down there.
We're too good at this.
They
industrial-sized drums of lubricant.
they sweep the place. Salome is hauled off
Oh,
into
that's
a
nice of them.
into a carriage.
Yeah, thanks for cleaning up afterwards.
Sorry, anytime we involve the blue coats, my filter goes away because I just fucking hate them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want them
you
to be
are-
having a bad time.
They sweep the place, leaving a mess behind as Salome is unceremoniously hauled off. We won't go through all the legal proceedings and stuff. You're taken before a magistrate. You are assigned a rather incompetent public defender. Yes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Well, I know you don't want to get into all the legal stuff, but what charges are they bringing up
Oh,
against
it's
Salome?
100% tax evasion.
I think it's a couple of things. There are some charges that are criminal conspiracy, theft, bribery, extortion, racketeering, like all like just a bunch of charges that are thrown. Not all of them. So she's ended up
Good luck
ends
proving
up
a lot
being
of that.
yeah, she ends up being convicted. I don't think they're bringing before based on your wanted level right now, like none of like the murder charges or anything are brought before y'all, whether or not there's even any connection between y'all and the murders that you have done. But some of the other like conspiracy, bribery, theft, like that kind of stuff is it is pinned on you. And they do convict you for that. So I'm going to do a fortune roll here for your incarceration. So you get +1. There's a additional die.
Okay.
So it's going to be 3 dice total. And yeah, want a high roll. Let's
Fingers
see how
crossed,
this goes.
friends. We want higher than 3. Ideally higher than 4.
Six!
Baby!
That is a 6.
Salome at the fucking party in prison.
Woo!
So what we're going to do for this,
what
Salome,
percentage of you is a little disappointed you didn't get a trauma?
33%.
So with that, you do your time well. Your crew gains 1 faction prison claim and +1 faction status of the faction that assisted you while you served your time.
Which is
So-
technically 2. So I now have, in addition to the incarceration roll, so I get +2 factions.
Is it what's the wording on it? Is it another +1 or is it a +2?
Yes, so it
total?
says you gain +1 faction status with a faction you help on the inside in addition to the incarceration roll. So it is a +2.
Okay, so I think that's +1 with 2 different factions instead of being +2 with 1 faction. Because it is, you get a +1 faction status in addition to the carceration roll, and the carceration gives you a +1 faction status with a faction that helps you. So I think you get to decide 2 factions that help you.
Yeah,
and
that
give a
works.
+1 to both of those.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I don't understand what a prison claim is and where I should put it on the sheet. That was more of a statement, but
It's page 149 of the book. Where it's going to go on the sheet is kind of to y'all. You can add another row of
'cause I can add below the map.
yeah, that's probably going to be the easiest way if you just do add another row
For prison.
as a drop down. The
Say the page number again.
149.
There we go.
We're going to add a row as a drop down. You get to choose between smuggling and guard payoff with this first one. Because those are the 2 connected on the map to the central prison one. The guard payoff allows you to take +1 die to your tier roll when you're so you get another die on an incarceration roll, but this would apply to anybody who takes it, because again, this is for your crew. Smuggling allows you to have +2 load while incarcerating. Normally when you're going in right now, you have 0 load smuggling. Salome doesn't have any of her stuff on her,
Got
including coin. So the with things right as they are right now, you can choose to either take smuggling so you can have some load to have some of your equipment or coin for your downtime, because you're going to be doing your downtime in prison. or you can take guard payoff, which would help y'all for future incarcerations.
And just for the future, you can take smuggling twice.
Yeah, you can take smuggling twice. You can also take guard payoff twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on the map twice.
Let's
Oh.
start with a smuggling then, just so I've
Okay.
got some options during downtime.
Okay. So yeah, if you just want to add it like that, Van, put prison, and then
Yep.
add a smuggling one as well.
Do you want me to? Does it matter if prison has its own square, or can I just put like prison : smuggling? Do you care?
That's a good question. I wish we could just do a different. What if I just made
mean, I
y'all
can
another
leave-
sheet for prison?
Make us a prison sheet.
What I was gonna say is I would just add some more rows and just leave a blank row in between them,
That works too.
so it's all in the same place. Because then I can
yeah.
just put this one as like
And that way we can follow
Prison.
the map correctly, so we can make sure that we're doing
yeah. So we'll
that.
just leave a blank.
Yeah.
I'll check. These.
Works for me.
This is a blank.
Works for me.
So you can have prison.
Prison,
You just put in the center, and then you can add
Smuggling.
the smuggling on either the top or the bottom there. One would put you closer to being able to get parole influence, and the other one puts you closer to getting heart case. Parole influence lets you treat your wanted level as lower, like the jailbird ability that Salome has. The other one, hard case, when your crew advances, your reputation is tough as a tough inmate bolsters your crew image in Dustfall. When your crew advances tier, it costs 2 fewer coins than it normally would. So that increases if y'all take that later.
That
Does
sounds
Salome have a prison cell that has like, you know, a nice like canopy bed and like a bookshelf and like one of them?
I think once you
fancy,
get
like,
to your second
chairs?
level of smuggling, then maybe Salome has a full. I think right now you have like a book and a couple, like you have some nice things that you've managed to smuggle on the inside.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit, but you don't have your full treatment like royalty quarters for in
Yet.
prison yet. Yeah, yet.
I want to say like clockwork. It's not every day, but it's at the same time of day. Like Salome will be out in the yard, and she'll see like the telltale like sparkle of a sniper rifle lens off in the
Mhm.
distance. And like, you know, that's just her guardian angel watching over her.
I love it. Well, they won't allow her fan, but I think the signal is she'll walk around. They'll think she's like a good church lady, which is always good with the guards and everything. She'll be like this instead of
Aw.
opening it like the fan. So she'll just be like this, which means I'm good.
I'm good.
With that, so are you choosing to use your load for coin, or well, I guess you don't choose right now, so we can just do that. So yeah, I think that's it with for right now. So you're taken to prison. Well, let's go and decide this. So Salome is maybe a little. I mean, this is Salome's first time being incarcerated.
Yes.
You have an awakening or to like exactly what it's like on the inside at Iron Hook. It is not good living
No.
conditions there for
No.
most of the prisoners. You are one of the like low I would say like lower threat population. So you are taken one of the prisoner in one of the groups of prisoners that is allowed to go out and work in the mire. So Salome does have to do some hard labor as part of her time.
It's getting fucking jacked.
Getting swole.
Getting swole.
The food is miserable.
Terrible.
The Iron Hook prison guards are brutal. But Salome, you try to keep your head low. Which faction helps you? We'll do this as 2 questions here. Which faction, upon first getting to prison, do you ingratiate yourself with to help ease those first few weeks of incarceration.
So it would be still all the same factions that are within the city, correct?
Yeah,
Just
it could
those
be
that are
any of the
also
factions within
incarcerated?
the city.
It's just that they all absolutely have someone in prison.
I feel like both mechanically and story-wise, I mean, it's got to be Red Sashes, right?
Yeah, I was thinking the sashes too.
Like,
Okay.
really selling the story of, yeah, we had a screw up in here, but hey, we're gonna make the best of it. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So maybe early on, again, while you're trying to, keep your head down, not piss off anyone, there is a scrap between some of the Red Sashes and some members of like the Crows that are incarcerated in Iron Hook. Little bit of like a brawl or throwdown. What does Salome do that sort of like ingratiates herself with them?
Oh, see, this is hard. Ain't nobody gonna listen to her. I'm gonna follow the through line of the character. In fact, her first inclination, of course, is going to be to try and talk a way out of it. But this is a fucking like jail yard frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think instead, well, when people don't listen to me, I go to my next option, which is slink in unnoticed and just elbow someone in the throat. So I think, yeah, makes a little bit of a spectacle of trying to like talk some things down, and then no one's listening, so she gets a little irritated, steps on a foot, and busts in someone's windpipe with her elbow.
God, I love her.
Yeah, you step into this fight as they're shouting at each other, and you try to like break it up or to like interpose yourself and calm people down. Immediately things escalate. One of the crows like throws like a tray across the cantina at one of the Red Sashes that they're talking to, like nails her in the forehead. The two groups collide against each other. You find yourself in the middle of the brawl, kind of getting roughed up a little bit. Throw one of your elbows at one of the at the crows as they're like beating down on one of the Red Sashes. They've like pinned against one of these tables here, freeing her, allowing her to get a good like kick straight to his groin. He
My
buckles
favorite
down.
part of this is that it's like the way I imagine it is that like Salome is like, oh, okay, so like obviously like tensions are high, like trying to like talk them down, and they're just like full on punching each other in the face until she finally just gets irritated and just like, all right, fine, like
Yeah.
As everything gets broken up and the Iron Hook guards intervene, some of the prisoners who were still scrapping at the time are hauled away. You find yourself like, maybe like a black eye, maybe a few cuts as the Red Sash that you helped slumps down next to you against the wall, gives you a nod and says, "Thanks for your help back there."
Of course. I think we might have some mutual acquaintances on the outside.
Oh, really now? What's your name?
They call me Salome.
Salome. I feel like I've heard that name before.
I work a lot with Zephyr. And with the boss lady. Sid is having a brain fart over right now because she's run out of caffeine. Yeah. I've worked for my Lyra directly a time or two.
Good to know. Well, I owe you one. I got your back while you're in here. Just stick close with us.
Absolutely.
Let
me know next time one of these is happening, and I'm usually pretty good at cutting it off at the pass.
She nods, and the Red Sashes take you under their wing, allowing you some protection while you are incarcerated there, increasing your rating with the Red Sashes to a +3. and again, we'll get back to like actual like downtime actions and stuff. But what other crew? I'll leave this one more open ended. What other crew do you assist while you are in here, and what do you do?
This one is interesting. Throwing it out to the friends too. So, okay. We've dealt with like the major thing of how do I not get my ass kicked every day? Cool. Red sashes, also friends on the outside. Great. Now Salome gets to play the game, which is who does this work? who does it make sense to ingratiate ourselves with while we're in here?
Yeah, let me throw in the chat here my list of factions that we've been involved with and what your ratings are with them currently.
That's what I was going to ask for.
Yeah.
Because I know there's going to
because
be
you
somebody
could-
on there that we're like, damn, we haven't talked to them in a while.
We could do, because you could bolster a faction that you have a negative status with right now, or you could solidify a relationship with a faction that you have like a positive status with right now, or make contact with somebody that you haven't had any dealings with.
I have
prior.
a pitch.
Yeah.
We're at +2 with the Leviathan Hunters, and we're about to need a lot of Leviathan blood.
That is a very, very good point.
If we get them to +3,
Yeah. Yeah.
is that the highest? Is +3?
Yeah.
That's
that
the
is the
highest, is
highest.
+3.
Make some friends with some whalers.
Oh, yeah.
Because we already got getting Captain Pansy in the pocket,
Yeah.
right? And with everything we did for Will,
And they are level 5 faction too, which is...
they're big. They're really important
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what?
to like the city basically staying alive.
I
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to the levels of these factions. Yeah, let's get in their pocket, for sure.
Let's do it. Yep.
It'll make it easier on us to get to Panzea. It'll
Yep.
make it easier on us to get the Leviathan blood that Salome is gonna need. And just in
Mhm.
general, those fuckers on shore leave, those are big
Yeah.
spenders. Especially the
Big
captains.
spender.
I'm just saying. Basically, from
okay.
every angle, that one sounds really
That's
good
a
to me.
solid.
That's
It
That's
my
a
sounds like-
solid.
It sounds like they may connect with a
Poor RJ.
RJ has no idea what's going on in our chat right now. With the Leviathan Hunters, we can, because it sounds like it might connect with like an acquired asset. There might be something else you do there. We don't necessarily have to like narrate that right now, but you connect it. I mean, there are some whalers and like crew members. Again, it's like it's not obviously like the noble like owners of these shipping companies or these ships. There's no captains in here because they'd be too important to end up in prison. But the
No, but if enough of their because I imagine
Yeah.
these crews are like super tight knit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like if enough
if
of their
you-
men are like, no, she's good, she's
She cool.
Yeah, a few that are in here for like short stints with like, you know, for like brawling or like some other like more like petty like violent crimes or theft or something like that in here for something along those lines. You're able to kind of ingratiate yourself with there. We can cut back to that when you're taking your downtime actions if you want to use those connections to try to secure the Leviathan blood that you need. So yeah, I added another +1 to there. So let's get into our downtime actions then. We'll start with either Grackle or Glass, if y'all know what your first action is going to be.
I gotta clear some stress.
And yeah, I guess we can do that. We'll just do who's clearing stress for an action right now. Everyone, okay. So
Everybody.
let's
I used
do
a lot of it to turn into Danny Phantom last time.
So let's do those rolls first.
Slippery
Everybody
little
nobody has lost their vice purveyor currently. Everyone's
Nope.
good
For
with that
once.
For the
For
time
once.
being.
for the time being. So and everybody has their current stress. So I'll let you all just roll your stress relief, and you tell me if you overindulge.
I'm just gonna press the button.
Yeah, I'll
Since
press the
there's a
button.
Convenient button.
The good button.
God, I always roll so bad on
You
these.
do roll so bad on these. So you clear,
I did.
clear 3,
Two,
and
three.
I did pretty good, pretty
Me
damn
too.
good for myself.
I had
Oh, look,
seven.
it tells you how much stress you have, so you can just do the
Yeah.
math. Right
It
there.
does at the top. It says who currently has.
Yeah.
Wow, we
thank
had a lot
you.
of stress, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Game.
I'm gonna
Grackle is
figure
at
out a
8.
way so we can like. I'm gonna figure out how to make little checkboxes on the Roll20 screen so we can like keep track of each other's stress.
Oh.
I'm gonna figure it
Just
out.
put
Good.
down a token with like
Well, with the number,
yeah.
that
Yeah,
makes
put down a
sense.
token with like hit points.
That's a good question.
That's a good idea, actually.
Good idea. That wasn't a question. That's
Hold on,
I
I
can-
can
I
put it
just-
in the form of a question.
we
Just
got-
put down a token with hit points.
Maybe.
Let me see.
I like it.
Right now, Glass is the only one with their character art on here. But I
It is
can put
Glass
the
and a
others
bunch of
down
ghosts, which
too.
is really funny.
Let me see if I can do.
We got so used to being able to see each other's stress, and I really
To be like, no, don't you take it. No, I'll take it.
I did
Oh, yeah.
really like that little bit of metagaming because this game is so meta anyway. Like I really liked that extra little bit of metagaming, being able to see like, holy shit, you have so much stress right now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that shows now y'all should all be able to see Glass's token at the top, and it shows 4 out of 10.
Yes.
10.
Isn't that
That's
good?
dope.
You can
Yeah.
even change the color of that hit bar.
Yeah, and then
That's,
you can
uh,
just
I can.
update the little.
yeah.
I could put it in red.
Yeah,
Put it
make
in.
it scary looking. Make it look scary.
Yeah.
If you want me to do
I'm,
the red one instead,
being
I
told
can.
I have a cat issue right now. I will be right back.
You're
All
good.
right.
You want me to do the red one instead?
I would love to
Yes.
be the red one. Yeah.
Make
Okay,
it
let me
red
do-
for danger.
Let me do
Oh,
that.
now I have a 2. Neither of which
I'm
are
gonna-
red.
Forehead the
I'm
size
gonna-
of a
I'm going to
billboard.
take away the other one.
Bro,
Hold
same.
on. Well, it
I'm sure the
didn't go-
chat's having a great time right now.
Yeah, sorry
So we
everyone.
Fuck
we're-
around with
we're-
tokens on Roll20. Chat, how are you guys doing?
That's the blue one. It would help me if I chose the right color.
I said now I have the blue one, and you said no. I'm getting to it.
I thought I had picked the red one. Okay,
No.
there we go.
Chat, y'all doing okay? Did anybody have like some good for lunch or something? I'm
There we go.
hungry. There we go. Now it's red.
So if y'all want to update your character art, and then I can throw down the other tokens too.
Still playing Inquisition. Made it to
Otherwise, they're all just gonna
Crestwood.
look the same.
That place is scary. I like it.
Okay, is anyone doing a second stress relief?
I ought not to.
I have 4. I'm debating risking it.
4's not bad. Oh, you got 6
4's
left to
not bad.
spend.
It's better than 2. If I do 2, I'm asking to
I
overindulge.
need to look at that overindulgence thing again.
Though honestly, if Grackle overindulged while Salome was in prison, that wouldn't be out of the question. I'm gonna pout. I'm going.
Okay,
Salome went to
10
jail, and I didn't want her to.
plus 2 heat.
Oh, I need to update y'all's.
I'm gonna go spend a week in the Scavlands.
That also does. I'll go and update on y'all's sheet. Reduce you to 1 at level 2 and clear your heat.
Yay.
What
That's
else
not
does? Actually, come to think of it, what happens if you? What's the consequences for overindulging in your vice?
There's 4.
You get to choose, right?
Yeah,
An additional
it's-
entanglement
Mm-hmm.
plus 2 heat. Leave for a few weeks.
Yeah,
Find
this
a
would be
new
a great
vice
time to
purveyor.
disappear for a while.
Yeah, this would be the perfect time to just be lost.
Why don't I? After all, why don't I overindulge? I say, clutching the ring.
Also, sorry, someone decided to run out the back door and get themselves so entangled in climbing ivy that it required 2 sets of human
Oh my-
hands
No!
to
Who
remove.
did this?
Oh my
What do
God.
you think? Fucking Cece.
CC.
Fucking Cece. Anyway, sorry.
Whenever Frankie
has a
goes
death wish.
outside, he gets scared of the sky and then goes and hides under a bush and turns into a demon.
Get scared of the sky.
He doesn't understand it.
Aren't we? Do any of us, Frankie? I'm gonna indulge again.
Do
Okay.
it.
And I've rolled a 2, so I'm fine.
Hey, what are the odds that I'll also roll a 2?
I cannot roll for shit specifically on the dice rolls.
Well, you rolled a 3. Oh, no, Alex, you rolled a 2. I was looking at the one above and hadn't scrolled down.
No, I can read numbers.
No, I keep on
Especially the
threatening to do
numbers
it.
1 and 2. I think I know those pretty well.
Yeah. You
My
rolled so
action might
bad.
be better
I roll
spent
bad on it every time.
elsewhere.
But we don't have any heat
Regrettably.
to get rid of.
No, you're good on heat.
I mean,
Unless there's like a long-term project that I need to work on, and there really isn't.
is there anything
How?
we want to work on for like when Salome gets?
How would healing work in prison? I'm assuming there's like a prison doc.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a good. Oh, God damn it! Why did I do that? Ignore me. I just posted the word art in.
And now RJ does as well.
Now RJ is also
RJ saw it. RJ saw it.
This game is
It's a thing
unhinged.
now.
I was looking to see if I could
Chat,
find
I need you
where
guys to be
art.
posting art in the chat. You're falling behind.
I was
Everybody
looking.
put art in the chat.
Everybody put art in the chat, please.
I was looking for the character art so I could add y'all's tokens, but
And then delete it if you can. That's very important.
I'm leaving my GIF.
It's for the meme.
Yeah, we could do some recovery in prison. The doctor is not going to be as good as Fume.
No one's as good as
But-
Fume.
We could
Except
you could
maybe
do
Melvier.
that.
I only need 3 more ticks to get rid of this limp.
We like work out the kinks in prison.
Right?
Okay. Hey, my name is Wings, and I definitely know where to find my character art. It's only a part of my day job.
Did I pin it in the Discord?
I didn't find it in the bins.
What the hell's wrong with me?
If
Maybe
I
it's
find
because you
it,
sent
I'll
it to me
have.
directly.
If I find it, I'll have all of it. So I'll
Okay.
send it to you guys.
I mean I have it. And I do know where it is.
What else can I do during downtime?
It's just in my OBS folder.
We get 2 actions during
Mhm.
downtime, correct?
Yeah.
Plus, again, you can spend rep and you can spend coin to do.
And I have a freebie.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, there it is. Cool.
Art.
I keep them with my stream assets, so I know where to find them.
Cool. So I can
Thank you,
update
friends.
everyone's.
You're welcome.
You are.
And thank you for
I
arts
sure
in the
am.
chat.
Thank you for arts in the chat.
I make one mistake and it'll haunt me forever.
Yeah. Well, it was like that time I accidentally posted cat in all caps in our Snapchat and no one's ever forgotten about it.
The cat.
That was like 3 years ago.
Look, the marker of friendship is someone that will fucking walk into traffic for you and then also mercilessly make fun of you if you make
Yeah.
one
You
mistake wrong.
said one
in
word
Yes.
slightly wrong 10 years
Yes.
ago. You're going to hear about
Yeah.
it from me for the rest of your life.
forever.
Because I like people who make me laugh.
Yeah.
Precisely.
What a. That's wholesome.
Precisely.
Thanks. I so rarely am.
So
Oh, did somebody already do it?
Yes.
Thank you. I was literally.
were you still looking for it?
No, I was just like a grandma, like moving files
Moving
around.
files
And I was all
around.
like,
Oh
all
yeah, you got
right,
distracted. You got the.
time to put it in there. And then I opened it up and it was already there. Oh, thanks.
Love
Cool. And then I think I've got everybody's there, so I'll just drop the tokens down, and then I'll edit
We
those.
gotta roll for
Uh,
our coins.
So who's doing what? Is somebody? So
Oh yeah, we do have to roll
glasses
for coin.
for
Gambling,
oh,
gambling done.
We'll do
Gambling.
that. We'll do that at the end of the downtime.
okay.
So let's finish doing everything else first. So
Yeah.
the glass is taken 2. Grackle, did you also do a second one?
Not
Or-
yet. I was putzing, trying to decide whether or not I fucking do it for the meme. Yeah, I think I will actually. Speaking of like, if there's ever a time to do it, like if there's ever a time to go to jail, it's now. If there's ever a time to overindulge and disappear for a few months, it's now. So I'm gonna do that. This is a character choice.
Do it.
I'm acting up because mom is gone. Indulge vice.
Yeah. Woo.
And that is an overindulgence, I believe.
Indeed.
When was the last
Disappearing?
time in downtime that you didn't overindulge?
Yeah, I was gonna say you've overindulged almost every time.
It's like your favorite thing.
Yeah. My name's Grackle, and I don't know how to properly deal with my emotions.
That's
Damn.
fair.
Gotta get you on the copium.
So you do. So you're choosing to disappear for a little while.
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, fuck me, I guess.
I go off into the I go on a scav run, and my crew loses track of me. And I'm
Oh.
presumed dead for a few weeks.
Damn.
And-
So you
and then I-
disappear like into the Deathlands.
Y'all are really
Yeah.
putting glass through it right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't know she'd do this.
How else would you interpret that? Like you're gone on a bender, right? If I'm on a bender in the Deathlands, it's Deathland time. I'm Rambo out here.
But then Grackle's not there. I don't see the telltale sign of the little.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the tragic part, isn't it?
Oh no. Oh no. Do I get visitors? Can Glass come visit?
There's no way
Um,
they allow that.
No, you can have visitors. Again, you're not a high. Yeah, you're not a high. Like.
Can I write letters?
Yeah, I just remembered that I have a fucking flock of grackles that their whole thing is like passing messages back and forth. So you still have Cashmere.
Okay.
Cashmere just lives in the yard now.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get a response from Glass that's like, Grackle went out for cigarettes and she hasn't
never
come
came
back. Grackle's out. I will just, if I can respond to the message.
Yes,
Glass
please.
is just gonna be like, she went out hunting. She's out in the freaking Deadlands doing her weird, nasty shit again. Does not, for even a second, contemplate telling Salome that Grackle might be dead out there.
Woof.
Just gets a message that's like, Grackle's back out in the Deadlands, so you're stuck with me.
I mean, I think like the subtext there is that Salome is the only one who can keep Grackle under control.
Also, I think Glass has like this weird assumption that if Grackle actually did die, all of the birds would fucking lose it, and they would know
Yeah.
immediately. So if the birds are still birding, then
Then
Glass
things
is like,
are okay.
I'll give her a couple weeks and see what happens.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. She's the load-bearing boss.
Okay.
You got Glass almost convinced that the Grackles are like fully magical.
Hive mind. Yeah.
So that's 2 actions for Grackle, 2 actions for Glass. Salvi, did you want to do a recovery or some healing?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Okay. So I'm going to say it's going to be 2 dice for the doctor, for the prison doc.
Dr. Prison.
Let me get up my sheet here. And he's going to roll for your recovery.
Botches it, chops your leg off.
Ah!
Wrong sheet.
Gotta build
Oh, no.
Salome a new leg.
Dr. Sawbones.
If-
Now I get it. Now I understand.
You must have me confused with someone else. If there was ever a game where I would be like losing a limb, probably not that big of a deal. This one.
It's this one.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
build ones.
I've got you for
So-
3 minutes because that's all your health
minutes.
insurance can cover.
I'm the only doctor in this joint. Are you
Can I-
ready?
So that's one. I'm
Share
guessing.
a blurst gif I saw on Tumblr yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like obviously like one of those thirst trap gifs where it was like, just from like the shoulders down.
Mhm.
And it was a guy like snapping a belt and like pointing at his leg, like You know, it's obviously like a thirst trap, but then the caption was me showing the doctor where to amputate my leg while I prepare the tourniquet.
No.
That's
Oof.
awesome.
All right, so we're halfway
So,
there.
so
That's
well,
awesome.
2 gives you 1 tick.
Yeah.
on
So
your-
I already
okay.
had one, so now I
Oh,
have
got
two.
it, got it, got it.
Great.
Okay, cool.
I'll,
So you,
I just
I'll,
sort of,
I'll wait till I get out. It's fine.
I don't mind calling them ticks, but when you specifically say I have what, like, it sounds like you've got a tick, like the
Yeah.
bug.
Yeah.
I was walking through the forest in Missouri
Got
for
a
too
tick.
long. Yeah.
this doctor essentially hands you some Dustfall equivalent of ibuprofen and tells you to
Great.
walk it off.
Yeah. Great.
He's like,
Cool.
if you aren't bleeding from more than one orifice, then
Then get
this
the
is
fuck
all that
outta
I'm
here.
giving you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks.
Do you think that, like, I'm not gonna say that, never mind. Do you think that people who have periods get some leeway with that rule? I had to say it.
If
out
you have a
loud.
period and a nosebleed, then you're.
Do you
allowed
get,
to
like,
do that.
do you have to have a third
No.
bleeding, or, like,
that
that's still
counts.
your 2? Okay.
That still counts.
I'm sorry, I just don't know why I had that thought, but I had to ask.
No,
That's
because my
amazing.
brain went there too. As soon as you stopped the conversation to say that
Yeah.
you had a thought,
We
I
all
knew
went
that's
there.
where you were going. Cool. So that's everybody. Fume is going to be doing a bunch of science during this
Building.
Yeah.
downtime,
And I'll
we'll
hold
get
on
that.
to the freebie just in case we need to give it to Fume.
Okay. Do y'all want to spend any coin for downtime actions?
You know, we could, but I'm making a character decision right now.
Where'd the clocks go over there? We don't have any clocks going right now for us, do we?
No.
No, I'll hold off. We'll see what Fume wants to do. It was the idea of starting to work on gaining some assets of all the fucking blood, but that that sounds like a fun mission. So maybe we'll
I
wait
have,
for
like,
that.
2 dumb projects that I want to do.
What?
Oh.
One of them is I want to try to find Bastion the horse thief.
Yeah.
Just because it feels like what Salome would want me to be doing.
Of course. We
Yeah.
haven't adopted a stray in a
Yeah.
while.
Dude,
Other
Like, do we
thing-
really want to just like do that shit during downtime?
Or do we make him a job?
Everything
Oh,
kind of froze for
we
a
can
second.
feel.
Yeah, did everything freeze for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
you were talking, but you're like, your camera came back and you were moving normally, but you were
Uh-huh.
still talking, but
Yeah.
you weren't
It was
talking. Like
strange.
your mouth was
Mhm.
shut and you were just ventriloquizing.
Replaced.
Frozen again.
And my other idea is while Salome's gone, I'm gonna implement a management training course.
Oh, that could be fun.
I finished my
Physics
sentence and
robots.
everybody was
Oh no.
Oh, are you back?
I hope so.
You're
You
back.
are back.
Yes. Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, cool.
It just froze up like twice. So
Yeah,
Fingers crossed it's okay.
yeah.
I got the
We'll see.
unstable
It's the
thing
worst.
today too, though.
I
so
did
maybe
like at
it's
the
just
beginning of the
Zoom
stream. Yeah,
being a pill.
yeah. I think Wings just froze again.
Look at that cool face she's making though. She looks like she's up to some shit.
What were we talking about? Oh, you wanted to do some
We
management training
gotta
at the jewelry box?
we gotta have more than just one person who can manage this place.
Mhm.
We gotta get some assistant managers going.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta. I'm gonna implement some management training.
I
This
love
is
this.
so exciting, right? In our game about crime and ghosts.
Thrilling. Let's do.
I think
a-
Salome will
we
like
just-
it. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, we could go ahead and take our break since we're not really on any sort of rails right now. We
That's
could go
not
ahead and take our
true.
break here and see if we can get Wings
Get
back
Wings
and
back.
get the stream working.
Okay.
So,
Hold tight, everybody.
hang out with us, everyone. We'll be back in a bit. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took a little bit longer break.
I
But
forgot
it
to
seems
put
like
us
we're
in
back.
the right spots.
Oh no.
It's fine. I'll fix it.
We look interesting.
Wings are me right now.
It'll be fixed here in a second, but we are going to go ahead and get back into our game. I believe where we left off, everyone had done their 2 downtime actions, and
I have. Yes,
Oh,
I have.
you had a
Speaking
free
Yeah,
one
I got
left.
it. I have my free
I thought of it. I thought of it on break, and it's fucking heartbreaking. Grackle disappeared because she overindulged her vice. The timing of that is immediately after the prison fight. The first time she sees Salome with a black eye, she's just like gone.
Ooh. All right. Well,
I'm super not telling Salome we don't know where Grackle is. No way, Jose.
time for a little bit of world development. Because we're
Wait,
cutting forward.
I'm starting my project.
Oh yeah, that's right. That you wanted to do something. Well, so you're doing an acquire asset, not a project, right?
You decided it was an acquire asset, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So we can do an acquire asset, and then you can do a project later to like make them perfect. So like acquire asset gets you the thing. You can do the project to then solidify like keeping this person around. So you got them like on a temporary basis right now. It's like a trial
Hiring
period.
2 assistant managers, 1 for each location. Okay.
I love it.
I believe that Salome would trust me to hire people, considering I guess I'm still technically HR, unless we let Derek do that.
You are still technically HR, yes.
Okay.
So we're doing you're trying to acquire a cohort. This one we're going to do an expert.
Okay.
Somebody who is skilled in like business acumen.
I need a couple of dwarves right now.
Let's do okay. So to acquire your asset, you roll the cruise tier. The result indicates the quality of the asset you get using the cruise tier as the base. So, and then you can spend coin to raise the tier if you need to. What I'll say is if you get to a tier 2, you can acquire somebody who can manage one of the locations. If you get to a tier 4, I will say this person is competent enough to manage both locations.
Okay. I do just want to be clear. I'm not kicking Will out of a job.
No, you're finding
a support role.
Yeah. This is more of like like you said, a I wouldn't even say like assistant manager, but more like you're finding like a consultant more so to help manage both locations, it sounds like.
Sure.
Yeah,
because we gotta get Will a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
But now we're for the first time being confronted with the very real reality that Salome might not always be here.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if she keeps enjoying prison the way she is right now, I mean, maybe she just goes back in periodically, you know?
Fun. And Glass is busy. Glass has already got 2 jobs.
Yeah.
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 And Grackle's
honestly,
sad right now.
Yeah, and Grackle fucking dropped the ball. This was supposed to be like a joint effort to run this thing together.
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna talk about it.
So you're gonna spend a coin to do this one. And we'll see what the tier is, and then if you want to acquire a second person, if this one isn't good enough to do both, then we can do that.
What do I roll? What do I do?
You're rolling the cruise tier, so it'll be 2 dice.
Grab my little dices. Do red and black for Salome. Oh! That's a 6.
Okay. So with a 6, it's your tier +1, so that gets you to a tier 3. If you spend a coin, if you spend 2 coin, you can increase it to a tier 4. And that person would be good for both. Or you can spend 1 coin and try again for a second person. If you try to acquire the same asset again, you do get +1 die to your roll. Essentially saying that like you've done this before, you know where to look.
I will spend 2 of my coin.
Okay, so spend 2 coin, and you'll gain 1 expert cohort.
I get out of my own stash. I'll give them like a signing bonus.
So, who is this person?
I knew you were gonna ask me that, and yet didn't think about it.
Do you hire Bastion?
Does he know business?
Bastion can know whatever I want him to know.
Bastion, all Bastion knows is steal horse, eat hot chip, and lie.
Charge phone. Oh Lord. No, I think I don't want it to be Bastion because I think ultimately Bastion would be very good for like informants or like local loyal fence. This is somebody that Glass met at book club. This is a lady.
Yeah.
This is a lady whose talents, whose business acumen, whose smarts, whose intelligence are being wasted on probably her shitbag husband.
Probably.
Was she also trying to seduce Helker's wife?
And
And would have succeeded too if it weren't for you, Rose.
like I think she brought like when it was her turn to pick a book, it was like fucking, you know, I don't know, it was something crazy. It was something crazy, like something super smart. She's like super smart, great business acumen, obviously very personable. And I think Glass has kept going to book club while Salome is in prison because Fume's busy building robots in the basement
Yes.
and hasn't come out for 3 weeks. Salome is in prison. Grackle might be dead. So it's me. It's me. And Glass said, nope, you know what? Fuck it. Every Tuesday afternoon, I'm going to book club. Who's gonna stop me? I need time for myself. I'm working 2 jobs, also trying to manage a business. I'm going to book club. And I think,
valid for that.
and I think it's a little bit of different self-care than Glass usually does. But I think they just desperately need somebody to talk to, and like connect. I think with this, it doesn't have to be a woman. I just was thinking of Helen, but this person that they've like connected with at book club because I think they're a little. That I think Glass can sort of pick up on like when people are a little smarter, a little more cunning, a little more sly than they let on.
Because game recognizes game.
Game recognizes game. Exactly. And so I think Glass picks up on that. I think they pick up on each other, and she's like, oh, my husband runs his own business and he's shitty and whatever. And I'm just like, eventually she's like, I'm just trying to freaking survive here. And Glass is like, actually, do you want a better job?
You guys both reached for the same metaphorical cookie.
And our hands touched.
What is this person's name?
Why do you ask me that?
Esther.
Esther's
Esther's
a great
good.
name.
Esther is good.
Esther. All right.
Like the girl from The Orphan.
Yeah, this woman looks like she's about like
Ironborn.
25 and is actually
She's like 70. Like
60 years old.
yeah, she's gonna live to be 600 years old. No one knows what.
Okay.
It says Esther, our new
All right.
business consultant.
So you have Esther as a temporary business consultant, and then you can work on starting a project to acquire her as a permanent asset for your group.
We can still go to book club together though. That's fine.
I love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is
I can't wait for Esther to slowly meet the rest of our crew as we
Come
eventually
back
come filing in one by one.
from the far reaches of Duskwall.
Yeah.
Grackle comes back and we're like, oh great, you didn't die out in the Deathlands. Salome comes back and we're like, how was prison? And then 2 full weeks later, Fume comes out of the basement and we're like, we forgot he was down there.
He's been here the whole
The
time.
whole
He's been here the whole time.
y'all forgot to unblock the
Oh no.
Oh no!
He's been
Locked him in.
trying like full transmutation down in the basement, trying to make himself food.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
manages to make some like crazy good whiskey that now we just start also brewing in the basement
Selling.
alongside all of our other
doing
shit.
full on like Full Metal Alchemist down there
Big transmutation circle on the ground.
for a
like
sandwich.
maybe Cobb was onto something.
Oh no.
Oh boy. All right. Any other downtime?
Not for right now.
No, I think we're good.
Eventually,
Turns.
we'll go get Bastion, but he's got to lay low for a little bit, I think.
We spent a good 2.5 hours on this, so I think
Yeah.
we're good.
You're not
Uh,
wrong.
So the weeks pass. Salome in Iron Hook, Grackle, wandering the Deathlands, Glass trying to hold down the fort while Fume is doing science in the basement. Yeah, I think essentially Glass is left basically running everything with the crew for a couple months, managing your gang, your cohorts, as well as the business. You hire on Esther, who is thrilled to be.
It's half out of business need and half out of like sheer desperation.
Yeah. Gives you some relief. Will continues to kind of hold down the fort in essentially you and Will holding down the 2 locations the best you can with the additional assistance from Esther
going between.
as you need it.
And I will say I do have Derek, so when Will does need help, I'll prioritize sort of sending her to help him as opposed to
yeah, well,
me,
Derek's
'cause I
been
know
also
Derek can help. Like,
yeah, well, Derek's been training Nala, or no, not Nala. Has been training June in the art of buttling. So
right, she was gonna learn her and Nala were gonna learn how to cook. Oh, they should have cooking classes together, and they can be friends.
Yeah.
No.
So between
We have
it's
Nala
essentially
over,
you,
and Derek gives the 2 cooking classes.
we have a
Yeah.
whole mini series of Glass with Derek, Nala, Will,
I call it Delicious and
June.
Duskwall.
Yay!
trying to hold down the fort at these 2 locations, and it's
now we
tough.
know who we're playing for the next game, so we'll
Mhm.
just play
Yeah.
out this entire little mini series next Blades in the Dark game.
Somebody go and roll your gambling den thing too, because I forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we get 2, right?
Is it equal to your tier?
I forgot.
I think it's equal.
Yeah,
to 2.
tier minus heat.
And we have none.
which is none.
Yay!
We're gonna get money. I don't feel bad about spending money on Esther now.
Woo! 6, baby.
$6.
All right,
So,
so 6 more coin.
so we have 5 slots in the vault. One of those.
Do you want to give me the last one,
Do you want
and
it?
then I can max out my wealth, and I can start rolling it for us.
Four?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Go for it.
us.
It's all yours.
Okay.
There's not any rule against getting your wealth to 4, is there?
I don't think so.
I
Not
can
that I'm aware
just
of.
kind of replace it for some rolls and just roll 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not me.
Yeah,
I don't need mastery for that.
Weird rule
when-
for Mr.
Yeah, so when applicable, yes, you can roll your coin when you are trying to like bribe somebody or use your money to get something. So yes.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
The but I think with over the next couple of months, you kind of have to prioritize either criminal activity or keeping your businesses afloat. It sounds like you're prioritizing keeping the coffers and the jewelry box afloat
Yes,
during this period.
That is correct. Regardless of the criminal activity, Glass is also, I think, taking this as like, might as well use this time to make sure we're established with the businesses and everything, so we have those as a fallback always. But also, it's a great time to lay low.
Yeah.
Get in some more good stuff with spirit wardens, like put in some extra work there, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you with prioritizing that over the next couple of months, your criminal activities within Dustfall go quiet, which helps in a lot of ways as you feel the presence of the blue coats diminishing. You don't feel that heat on you anymore from your contacts around the city. People aren't as looking for the obedient servants as aggressively as they were previously. So with that moment of like calm and able to focus on your business, you kind of find yourself in more of a civilian role, watching as things around Dustfall progress. First and foremost is a few weeks later, an announcement is made. You see in the local papers that the rebuilding efforts for the department, Dustfall Institute of Sparkcraft, have completed, that they are back underway and trying to make up for the delays in their manufacturing of hulls for the disembodied residents of Dustfall. The Baron makes some statements as part of this. Things seem to be in full swing there. And over the couple of months, the efforts to essentially offer the service people on the wait list are being given their new Wholecraft bodies by the Baron, and you see the use of these on the rise, with many people having utilized these new creations on behalf of the Baron. So things seem to be going pretty well there. At the same time, though, they've been hinted to, and you've been reading in the papers and probably keeping up with I imagine your Spirit Warden activities have also taken a hit from this, having to manage your business. You're given assignments, and the ones you're able to take are probably ones closer to home.
I think Glass is really trying, though, like, to keep up with that and like make sure that that's not falling by the wayside.
Yeah. You hear during these few months, though, you probably hear it from your Spirit Warden contacts first, as you are given some orders to stay on the lookout for, be ready to be like dispatched for certain jobs. But it eventually hits the papers too, that these hollow sightings on the rise like fully hit like mainstream, that there has been an uptick in spectral activity on some of the western reaches of the city. Barrow Cleft actually has a huge like there's a catastrophe that happens there with some like mass possessions. The Spirit Wardens have to the blue coats get involved with, and eventually the Spirit Wardens take over, and nobody's quite sure what the cause of them are. There's a lot of like the ink rakes are posting their usual like kind of muckraking sort of stuff, blaming people for different things, but a lot of theories kind of thrown around, rumors going around the populace of bodies buried in Barrow Cleft that weren't reported to the Spirit Wardens, even though those are quickly cast aside. Many people discrediting those rumors. Others, lots of debates going on about what this rise in spectral activity might be. But it is causing these possessions to take place. In response to this, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh is kind of proselytizing on the city streets, denouncing the sort of tampering in the natural order with the domain of the soul on to the Baron. These research, these whole bodies, and the use of these heartstones being a sort of an abomination, an affront to nature and the natural order, and bringing in people in droves to this way of thinking, though it is largely overshadowed by the general populace in support of these new holes as a means of prolonging their own lives. These spiritual sightings eventually are a sort of brought to a head when in Char Hollow a full vampire sighting is reported, something that is not usually reported on. From your time with the Spirit Wardens that they try to keep those things under wraps when they actually do take place, keeping their main goal trying from keeping these things from happening. There is an attack
I
there.
think it would be so funny if Glass was the one that leaked that to the Inkrix.
You could have. The
Can we get a +1 faction status with? Okay.
the attacks there end up resulting in the deaths of a few dozen citizens in this sort of massacre that takes place in Char Hollow, on the foot of Lord Strangeford's doorstep, as his estate is in Char Hollow as well, and as one of the most powerful families in Dustfall, and sitting on the city council, begins to call sort of a mass enforcing some amount of martial law in the western districts of the city. The Spirit Wardens are dispatched more frequently into these areas to investigate spiritual phenomenon, as well as Blue Coat patrols making more effort to prevent crime and or prevent the sort of black market dealings that would lead to heartstones and other spiritual paraphernalia from making their way to the public. Of course, with all of this happening, the Dustfall Institute of Sparkcraft steps in, offering their services, their hulls being largely immune to the effects of ghosts and the like, and offer to dispatch more of their iron coats to these districts to help stamp down on or help prevent this sort of catastrophe from occurring again. Spirit Wardens are not happy about the Baron and Dis from intruding on their territory and their market, essentially, but ultimately, with the deaths that had occurred and Lord Strangeford's connection to the catastrophe, it is approved, and you begin to see large amounts of these iron coats dispatched in Barrowcleft, Char Hollow, Crowsfoot, Silkshore, and they become a common sight in the area.
Oh, not in Silkshore. That's where we live.
So that is all that develops during the few months that you are some of you are privy to, others learn of when they are freed from their incarceration or returned to the city. So I would like to pick up, we can do a couple of scenes during this downtime and at the tail end of it. I guess I'll ask first, does anyone have anything in mind for scenes that they want to do during this period?
Depends who comes home first.
Well, I can do a one scene before. I can do one scene at the tail end of Salome's incarceration, but I don't. I guess it's up to y'all who comes home first, Grackle or Salome.
Grackle, you going on a 3-month bender, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating how long it would be.
It's really just like, because the game just says like a few weeks, so you really get to decide how long it's gonna be for.
Yeah. It's more interesting if Grackle comes home before Salome does, because then Salome can't referee the interaction that happens afterwards. So yeah, I think Grackle does come home.
I'm here for my stories. Please go.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not like Grackle had to like be gotten. But no, I think she does just come home at some point. Probably nursing some fresh wounds.
Mm-hmm. So what you come staggering through the front door, I imagine dirty and probably reeking of the Deathlands, as you see behind the bar is an unfamiliar face of Esther. We hadn't really gotten a description of.
Oh yeah, we didn't see what Esther looks like.
If we're going with the orphan, we can say it's a young woman with long black hair and very pale skin.
Heavy
behind-
eyeliner, blue dress.
Yeah.
I think it's kind
Uh,
of fun if she's orphan Esther inspired. But she's an adult.
She's an adult, yeah. Behind the counter, and she looks at you with a smile and says,
Vampire looking at.
she says, welcome to the jewelry box. How can I help you?
Just like zero like interaction, does not like does not address like is wearing like a fucking like gas mask and shit. Just sort of like walks past her like she knows where she's going.
Excuse me, ma'am. Glass, we have someone here. Don't know if you...
Comes out of the
excuse me.
kitchen, probably. What's the matter?
Somebody just barged in. I'm not sure. Should we get the blue coats?
Looks. Sees hat, probably.
Yeah. She like
It's-
disappears
it's-
into a back room.
It's fine, Esther. That's now I'm trying to think of what name Glass would have told Esther that Grackle is going by. This is the problem with playing Blaze in the Dark for 29 sessions.
I mean like her current alias is Effie.
Effie?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Effie.
So you know them. Oh, all right.
Sorry, she's not much for conversation. Especially not for someone who's supposed to be dead.
Should I do anything or just leave it?
No. She's fine. She's rude. But she's alright.
I'll just keep tending the bar.
Thank you. We do have that Leviathan Hunter crew coming in a couple of hours, so let's get some tables together, I suppose.
I'll have preparations made.
Thank you, darling. No, you know what? Waits for Grackle to clean up and come back out.
She probably she shuts herself up in her room for a while, licks some wounds, puts herself back together for the most part, and she's gonna nip out, just it's absolutely intended just to be run in, grab what she needs, and then go back to her room. So you really do have to catch her.
Oh, I know when she comes and goes. I'm sitting in a chair in her room when she comes back.
That's so funny.
I'm Salome's star pupil. You think I don't know?
Yeah. I think you get a gun pointed in your face for just a second, and then she just sighs and puts it away.
Where have you been?
Out.
How long was Grackle gone? Did we decide?
At least a month, maybe.
Maybe like six weeks.
Does that sound right?
Sure.
6 weeks seems like a
I
bit
didn't.
much.
I didn't want to
Let's-
say a number, but a month.
Let's put
Say,
it
we'll say 4 weeks.
yeah, 4. Yeah, 4 is reasonable. It's unreasonably reasonable. Reasonably unreasonable.
Not this afternoon for the last month.
Got a little sidetracked on the last scav.
Oh? Was it something important?
She tries to put together whether or not she can win this particular like battle of wits and then decides that's pointless. No.
Oh, at least you're being honest for once. Do you want to share any fun stories? You want to tell me what you brought back? Do you want to say anything to me?
Look, if you're gonna chew me out, just get it over with. You
Fine.
know I can't play those games.
Just once, I would like you to try to meet me where I'm at instead of the other way around. Salome's in prison, in case you forgot. Fume is elbow deep in building holes in the basement. Non-existent when he works. And where were you?
I was out doing something that I'm good at. What, you want me to hang around here? I sure am a friendly face. I bet people would love to talk to me. I bet I do a great job filling in for Salome.
I don't want you to fill in for Salome. I want you to help me. Do you have any fucking idea what goes into running a business? Do you have any idea what Salome does here day to day? Do you have any clue what I've been doing by myself for a month? That response proves what I've already been thinking for a long time, is that you have no respect for me. You have no respect for me. You have no respect for my work. You have no respect for this place. It's just a place that you know is safe for you to come back to, because no matter what you do, and no matter what you say, and no matter who you kill, or what alias you're taking on this week, Salome will hold your hand and tell you it's fine. Well, she's not here. And it's not fine, Jack. She left both of us here to take care of things in her absence. And what did you do? You left.
Thought you could handle it.
Did you actually think I can handle it, or did you just not think about me at all? Because the last couple of scrapes we were in together, you sure as shit don't act like you think I can handle anything. Now all of a sudden, Mother's not here to take care of you, and you get all sad and put on your hat and disappear.
Is it so much to ask for me to be able to do something that I can actually contribute to?
Is it
We're in a position where I can't do shit.
Have you tried? Did you ask? Did you think about anyone but you?
It's not my job to think. It's my job to shoot people and bust heads. And we're in a position where I can't do that right now.
Jack, when you're working with other people, it is your job to think about them.
I do nothing but think about you folks.
And that's why you fucked off for a month.
Yes! Do you have any idea what it's like to sit on a roof and watch Salome come out beaten and bruised and not be able to do a shit about it?
Yeah, Jack, actually I do. Maybe not with Salome, but with people I care about. Do you know what it's like to know that another human has so readily thrown away their own life that they'll run into a burning building after you? Do you know what it's like to be leaving a job gone bad and turn around and see the one person you love shot through the chest, heartstone exploded, never to come back? Do you know what it's like to finally think that you're getting through to someone and that maybe that person could actually be important to you and maybe think for a second that you're important to them, and then they just disappear? No note, no word, no nothing. Yes, you stupid fuck. I know. You may not have left me in that first burning building. You sure as shit left me in this one.
Here now.
What's that supposed to mean to me?
I don't know.
I don't know when you're gonna leave again.
Did you say you care about me?
Yes.
Huh. All right.
I spent a month thinking you're dead out there, and you just show back up in your stupid coat, your stupid hat, and your stupid mask. And that's what you have to say.
I gotta say, that's not something I'd consider.
Well, it's true. Because I don't waste my time on things I don't care about. I have very little of it as it is. If I didn't care, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
She mumbles something inaudible. And then realizes that you probably didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Your hat's not stupid.
It's a little stupid. You don't see a lot of people wearing this kind of hat out here.
Doesn't make it stupid.
What's stupid is the fact that I shouldn't be standing out right now.
What happened?
Got distracted. Something got away from us and couldn't let it stand. So I tracked it down and... Well, there was... I bit off a little more than I could chew. So I spent a while chewing.
Was it worth it?
No. Rarely is. But when I need a distraction, I'll usually bite at the first one that presents itself.
You at least let me patch you up. Fume's busy and you're gonna bleed all over the carpet.
What, I didn't do a good enough job?
You frustrate me.
One of the few things I am good at. She'll sit down and let Glass fuss over her.
I just don't think there's any way anyone can actually be this obtuse. It's like you're trying to be.
You know, I'm still trying to figure out what that means. You're not the first person who tell me that.
Do you mean obtuse? Or sort of the more general thought?
Well, I mean, certainly use the word obtuse, but there's a lot of other words people use I feel like they kind of mean the same thing.
I think. For someone who doesn't think very much, somehow you think too much.
People wonder why I get so confused.
Have you tried just talking to someone?
You just saw how well that went.
Well, the reason that went badly is because you passed up on your initial chance to talk to someone, disappeared for a month, came back bleeding on the carpet. We have been doing whatever this is for a long time now. And yet I still get the feeling that you don't trust me.
What makes you think that?
Because every time I tell you to, you refuse.
I think that gives her something to think about.
You need a haircut.
She mutters, and gives a look in the mirror,
Horrendous
Probably, like,
split ends.
reaches for like a hunting knife or something.
No. Even I have boundaries. Sit. Salome's not far off from coming home, and you look like a disaster.
What, I gotta look pretty for when Salome gets back?
You need to look like you've at least been attempting to help me hold down the fort.
You're not gonna tell her about this?
Your business is not my business to share. Unless you want me to.
She should always know what she's working with.
Then I assume you'll be honest with her.
This is one of those first conversations that you're talking about. That you're supposed to have before you have a bad conversation.
If you want to look at it that way, sure. do have a knack for being upfront with people when you choose to.
A lot of people don't like that.
A lot of people don't see the value in what we do. A lot of people don't see the value in us. It's their loss.
I think Glass helps Grackle kind of put herself back together, and Grackle promises to help around the house, the business. She promises to help.
First and foremost, you need to properly introduce yourself to Esther. You gave her quite the fright coming in the door like that.
Name is Esther.
Yes?
No. I wouldn't pay much attention to who was at the front.
Right. I think she deserves an apology.
I think there's some pushback. She's all like, for what? I don't know what I did wrong.
She was literally ready to call the Bluecoats on you.
That sounds like a her problem.
This is one of those situations where we want to be the bigger person and realize maybe we've made a mistake. Is this too much for one day? Should we start over next week?
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had a good night's sleep in a while. And you never really anticipate how much you're gonna miss the cushy beds we have here.
Alright, tell you what. Take the afternoon and the night off. Get some sleep. Deal with other things tomorrow. But your dinner is going to be dedicated to trying whatever Nala and June have cooked.
Alright. I'll put on my pretty face.
You don't have to try too hard.
I think that's our scene.
That
now. God, I need
night,
some
the
popcorn.
girls made the first pizza puff, and it was
Hell
good.
yeah, dude. Wings, it's been a long
It
time
was
since we had a
good.
fight.
Oh,
Jesus,
boy.
I haven't screamed at someone like that.
It's
in
been a
while.
long time since we had a fight.
I'm
like
sorry.
when Wings started yelling, I felt like my whole body clenched for a second. I was
That
like,
was so good.
Oh, is
good.
everyone okay? I'm
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, it was great.
That was great.
I'm used to
Wonderful.
Van yelling at people, but
You know.
when Wings there, I was like,
It was so good. It was such a good
don't-
moment.
That
I
was
don't
delightful.
do that often.
I was like,
Look, I'm here for my stories, okay?
I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I needed popcorn. I felt very bad I didn't have popcorn.
Ooh, that
all
Grackle
right.
reaction gave me chills.
We're gonna cut over from there. While this conversation is happening, Salome.
At the exact moment. No.
Cut to Salome getting punched directly in the face.
Yep.
Salve, you're in your cell, and you hear the boots of a guard coming down the hall as they bang on your cell door and say, "Got a visitor. Come on." And they unlock it, sliding the gate open, and the Iron Hook guard, I think I said blue coat, meant Iron Hook. Iron Hook guard leads you down the hall towards like the visiting block.
I'm imagining full what's the fucking movie? The end of the fuck it, my brain is not working today. She's gotten way too fancy with what is available to her in prison. Mockingjay, that's the movie.
She's making it work.
She's making it work. She's making it work. And it's ridiculous. But anyway, continue. Sorry. My brain has turned off.
You're taken to a small room. No door leading out of it, more like a cubby. Single chair, gate in front of you, or like grate in front of you. And as you sit down, you see on the other side, currently sitting there, very good posture, wearing a rather fashionable vest with light blonde hair bordering on white, very pale. You see a familiar young man, Cole.
Oh no.
Sitting there.
The consequence of my inaction. Oh no.
Gives a very polite smile as you sit, and says, "Hello, Miss Salome."
Cool. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances.
Yes, not a very pleasant place you found yourself in here.
Oh, well, sometimes you weigh your options, and surprisingly, this was the better of the two. Is everything all right, or is this just a pleasant call?
Her Majesty was concerned when we did not receive any word from you in some time, and I did not see you coming from the jewelry box, so I began to look for you and found that you were here. Her Majesty is concerned about the progress in your pursuit of understanding of your task given to you by...
Yes.
Sort of trails off.
Well, I do believe that Her Majesty will be heartened to know that I am not only a third of the way through the completion of my task, but in fact, my stay here is what will soon expedite the next portion of it.
Well, that is good to hear. We were concerned that the progress that you were making may not put us on the schedule for what Her Majesty wishes to conduct this ritual.
Oh. I did not realize that we were on a timetable for this.
Well,
is there a particular time that I should be aiming for in these matters?
with winter upon us, in her infinite wisdom, Her Majesty has received portents or visions that this coming should occur before the end of the year. With the alignment of celestial bodies and the moon, she believes that by the end of Elisar, the current month, we should be concluding our business. Otherwise, a chance may not befall us for some time.
1 month.
Mm.
I see. Well, if there was...
Do you know how much longer you'll be in here?
I believe I shall be out quite shortly.
Good. That's good to hear. Well, we do wish you the best of luck in concluding your endeavors. I'm sure you understand that being charged with this by our patron, failure would certainly be unfortunate for all involved.
I most certainly do.
Good. Well, I wish you a swift return to polite society, and please do reach out when you have concluded your stay here.
Of course.
Excellent. A pleasure to see you, Miss Salome. And he stands from his place. You are led back to your cell with this knowledge in hand.
So this just feels like my workplace.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that
Suddenly
huge
you have a deadline
project.
that you didn't
yeah,
know about?
that I was not
Yeah.
aware of.
Luckily, we just got them good Leviathan
Yeah.
Hunters to
For-
+3,
for-
so...
Yeah, for context, so we know,
Yeah.
Dustfall has 6 months of 10 weeks each. So you've probably been in here for you were put in here probably at the beginning of fall because it was around the time Leviathan. So you've been here about 20 weeks at this point.
Okay.
And Grackle, I imagine, disappeared about a couple weeks in, maybe 2 or so. Disappeared for like that middle stint of it, and isn't around for like the last like 5 or 6 weeks of this of your stay here. So we are picking back up after a time skip at the beginning of LSR, which is the last month of the year and the middle of winter.
So I have a month.
Yeah, you essentially, I'm going to say when you get out of here, you'll have about 8 weeks left.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Well, no, this is great. Now we just know what our top priority is. We don't have to think about it.
So, who picked Salome up from prison?
Yeah.
Who's doing an Ocean's
That's like
11 out in the
at
park?
least 2 steps up from who's driving me to the airport. Like,
Why
you know,
do I-
like that's a
Who is
What's
Brad
he
Pitting
doing?
in the
Rich,
parking
did we?
lot with a snack?
Why do I
Yeah.
think it's Fume, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said Brad Pitting out in the parking lot with a snack, I was like, that's Fume.
Fume.
Just like sitting in the boat, like at the dog, like
Well,
eating a snack, just like...
It would have to be his. It would have to be in his new hull, right? Or
Well,
are
we don't
waiting on
know
that?
where
We
that's
don't
going to be at.
know.
Yeah.
I was assuming Grackle was gonna pick her up, but
I don't know if Grackle is like in an emotional position to do that. If Grackle goes, it's with someone else. It's a buddy.
face me, you cowards.
do Glass and Grackle have to talk about it? And Glass is just fine, like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Nah, you shouldn't have to do it alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. You think I can't do anything alone?
Wow, this really is like who's gonna pick mom up from the airport. Like, damn, okay.
I don't understand. I'm kind of confused. Am I supposed to let you do things alone, or am I supposed to help you do things? Because I've been told to do both, and I'm confused.
And
You're
now
so-
you two are married. Like, so you are
Yeah.
a married couple that is arguing about who's picking the mother-in-law up
Jack.
from the airport. That is exactly what's happening right now.
Oh.
You're supposed to try to key into what people want, and not just make decisions for them.
Oh, can I just ask what you want? Because I'm not good at
Yes,
that.
that's a great start. Actually, I love that.
Do you want me to go with you?
No.
Oh. I guess I'll stay here.
I want you to stay here, hold down the fort, make sure Esther and Derek have everything they need, put on your nice coat, and to be ready to say hello to Salome and talk to her.
Is that the one with the bullet holes or the bloodstains?
Why don't you, are those the only two you have?
Stop being a married couple. This hurts me. This hurts me physically. Stop it.
This is what
Good.
happens when Salome leaves.
What is going? What is
Glass and Grackle get
happening?
married.
And now you have kids that someone's taking care of, and you have to make sure that Grackle dresses nicely for mom to come home. What is happening?
You
Let's
left.
Let's go back to pining over Salome. How about that?
Right. I will go pick her up. You have your anxieties, right? And then you take a breath. Put on whichever of your coats you think is the nicer one. And then Salome will be home.
All right. When you inevitably do come back, she's not wearing any coat at all.
I can respect it.
Yeah.
I will go pick Salome up from prison.
So you are waiting with the boat.
Imagining
at the end
Fume
of the
is
dock.
still in the basement somewhere.
Yeah, at the
Have
end
we
of the
checked
dock.
on him? Is he alive?
You hear noise coming from down there every so often.
Well, that
so.
could mean a lot of things.
It's him trying to drill his
Also,
way
Fume
out.
being alive is a matter of perspective.
that's fair.
He's got a spoon. He's trying to dig his way out.
You're waiting at the end of the docks on your ship as Salome comes back out wearing the same thing that you last saw her in. Maybe looking a bit different. I don't know if what you see Salome post prison
A
looking
little.
like.
A little thinner, like not quite gaunt, but like a little like face is a little fitting a little tighter around the bones. Like almost like she just needs to drink a gallon of water. And then but jacked. Dude. Manual labor like that every goddamn day for months. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Salome got ripped.
Glass is a little different too. Still debating how though. Oh, you look like you could use a hot meal.
Mission accomplished, I would say. Our things at the shop?
Good, actually. Fume is still in the basement somewhere. Jack is Jack. And I've hired a consultant.
Oh.
You'll love her. Come on.
All right.
You said you will love her, not it's your lover.
Yes, correct.
Because if I heard it, I know somebody else did too.
I don't know
It's
why
your
it sounded
lover.
like that, but
I love it.
sometimes the mouth, it just does what it wants.
It's your lover.
Sometimes the ears hear what they want.
Listen. You will love her. Come on.
All right.
Salome returns to the familiar confines.
Glass
of
has
the
made sure to
jewelry
keep her
box.
room clean. It's not
Mhm.
dusty, no weird shit in there, no cobwebs, no spiders. Even though I feel like Salome probably doesn't mind spiders.
I've forgotten how
Grackle.
wealthy I am.
Grackle is serving like sailor on shore leave.
Mm.
Got the billowing shirt, you know. Her hair is combed for once. Not
Split end's
just, like,
gone.
Yeah, split ends are gone. It absolutely looks like she's been cleaned up for the situation, for the occasion.
Glass has a ponytail. That's it.
And Grackle's hair is down. They've traded hair.
You know when you get married, they say you start to look like the other person.
Yes.
There's there's kind of a vibe. There's a vibe that they've had an effect on each other of some sort.
Yeah, I think so. Welcome back. It's exactly as you left it. Derek is working hard. The girls are becoming excellent cooks, I would say. Grackle's still tracking mud in, despite my attempts to.
So exactly
that
as I left it.
habit.
Yes.
Yes,
Y'all are
except
so
for Estes.
married.
I think.
God.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had a fight and didn't realize they were perfect for each other.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I got from
Okay,
that entire
that's it.
scene.
We'll get there.
They didn't realize that they were married until they fought.
Until they fought, and then they went,
Yeah.
"Oh God, what are these? Where'd those come from?"
Oh god.
Platonically married to each other. I love
It doesn't have to be platonic.
I heard that you don't have to do much to get beautiful thing. I wasn't the only one that
Oh.
heard that. I heard it.
Oh, dude, that's what we should have done. Was like, I was like, how on earth would this end in not winding up platonic? And I was like, oh well, they'd have to have a fight that ended in a kiss and then
Yeah.
passionate lovemaking. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, we just had the fight. Fuck,
We can have another fight.
we had our
Another
chance.
fight. You had another fight like 6 hours later.
Did,
gotta be-
did,
It,
end-
it's gotta happen organically.
Did
We can't-
end with some comments. Those comments
it
can
did.
be listen. That can be read a lot of different ways.
I
I don't know how stupid is Grackle.
she's pretty dumb.
That's okay. We
She's
can work on
pretty
that.
dumb.
And
Eric
This
sweeps
is
out of
Esther.
the Esther there says, it's a pleasure to meet you. Hi, I'm Esther. I've heard much about you, Miss Salome. I hope everything is
Pleasure.
as you like. And Derek comes sweeping out of the kitchen with a cocktail in hand for you, Salome, and just hands it to you and says,
That's who
Mhm.
Salome is gonna marry.
it says, welcome back, Miss Salome.
Thank you. Oh.
So I heard you were in prison.
Yes. Yes, I
That's-
was.
Very exciting. I'm sorry. I
It was
don't know how to
awful.
respond to that.
Sorry for you, or
However-
glad that happened.
I'm not gonna read all that.
Please let me take your purse for the very first time, or maybe like I do every day. I love it. I would say that it served its purpose, most assuredly.
How aware is Esther of the criminal nature of this organization?
I was imagining she was aware because I
Okay,
feel like I
cool.
originally described it as her and Glass like clocking each other and be like, we are destined for greater things.
Yeah, I think it's again like she's more on the up and up side. She doesn't really engage. She's aware again, like Will, aware
Yeah.
of it, facilitates it, hands off when it
I
comes
think
to
she's
the-
probably more okay with it than Will initially
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do things from here. If you need me to cook the books, like I'll do that.
Yeah,
like
and
it's
if we
fine.
need to kill
But I'm not
the
shooting
shitty
anybody.
husband she probably has, we can do that.
Yeah.
That's what we have Grackle for.
That's our Christmas bonus.
Yeah,
We kill her shitty husband.
but only if she wants us to.
Only-
Otherwise,
Only if she wants us to, and only after she takes out the life insurance policy.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be our next job.
Hey, no,
Well,
our
we're
next
shitty
job.
husbands.
Yeah, we
Actually, no,
got
you're
we
not.
got
But to
God
say,
shit to do.
speaking of which, definitely served its purpose. I will need both HR and security for a moment, if I may. It was a pleasure to meet you, SN. Would love to pick your brain on a couple of matters about some things between both locations, but I will let you get back to work.
It's truly fascinating in there. You ought to come to book club with us sometime.
Book club. Interesting. Can I see
I'll
you both in
get-
the den for a moment?
I'll get the spreadsheets ready for whenever you wish to go over that.
Thank you so much.
And she and Derek head off discussing orders on restocking the alcohol.
As we're going into the den, Glass has like knocked on the kitchen door and been like, "Girls," and I'm imagining the girls. That's what I'm calling June and Nala now. Bring out some like pastries they worked really hard on.
You made these. Oh my goodness.
Nala is very excited. She says, "I've been working very hard with Derek on this, and I hope they're up to your. I'm not sure I got the right ratio of pastry to filling, but please." And June, who's a little like more serious, is like, "I think they're all right."
I'm sure they will be splendid. Thank you, both of you.
And Nala says, "Come on, June. I think the cakes are almost ready." And June sort of pulled off. You see more of like Derek rubbing off on June. It's like very like proper. And Nala still's very like excited.
Love it.
We have gone through more sugar than we've ever gone through in our entire history of business, but figured I was gonna write off anything, it'd be that.
The fact that we can afford sugar is leaps and bounds from when we first opened this place.
You hear from the kitchen just a very mute. It's like, "Oh no, don't use that. That's Mr. Bertrand's special sugar."
We told him not to keep it in the kitchen.
Oh no. Oh no. How are you both?
Tired.
Of course.
How are you?
You didn't answer the question.
Fair to Midland, I suppose.
I cannot thank you enough for keeping things moving in my absence.
Esther's been a godsend in that regard.
And who
Blasted
found
most of the
Esther?
work.
And who made sure that Glass stayed alive in the meantime?
For the most part.
All right.
I got something I need to talk about later.
Everything is all right, I would hope.
She's fine, everything's alright. It's just been a rough few months. But a positive few months as well. Will's really coming into his own. Esther's been truly very helpful. The girls are doing well. Derek, I think I saw him unbutton the top button of his shirt the other day when he thought no one was looking.
Must truly be settling in then.
And Fume is still in the basement.
To-
But there are noises being made down there, so... Did we unblock the door after the raid?
The fact that like we locked the door during the raid and never unlocked it.
No,
We did that the first time too!
Yeah.
We definitely did. He's fine.
Fume is down there, like only wearing like a pair of tattered pants, having like scrawled on all the walls.
I thought you were
he's
going
doing-
to say you found a volleyball and drew a face on it.
Yeah, he's doing a castaway.
Yeah, that's he somehow grew a beard.
His whole group beard.
Damn. He's talented.
Glued a
Incredible.
beard onto
Absolutely
his hull.
incredible. Yes, he drew it on along with the face on the volleyball. Well, if we are all reasonably whole, I have a very crucial bit of business that we may need to jump right into.
Good. Be nice to get back to work, as opposed to work. I regret to
Perhaps.
inform you we've done very little crime over the last few months.
How very boring for you.
Well, working 2 jobs, raising 2 kids, a third down in the basement. It's a lot.
It is a lot. Well,
Sorry, my brain is just like in total Reba. It's like, it
Yes.
works. So she loves her kids, but she works. So she's a single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids, and never stops. There it is.
it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I knew I'd find the words. I was like, I know they're in there.
Well, I will be straightforward then. I have 1 month to harvest 10 more heartstones, and I believe it was 131 gallons of refined Leviathan blood.
Oh. But you'll be pleased to know that the Leviathan hunting crews have been, quite the generous patrons lately. I'm assuming that's something you did.
I may have sent several of them on shore leave our way.
They're good tippers.
They better be. That, and I hope you've at least heard of some additional in with the red sashes in the meantime. Try to patch that up as well.
They've been relatively friendly recently, I would say.
Good. Because we are going to need all the help we can get.
Well, I love a deadline.
I would say don't we all, but no. I don't know what this will do. I don't know what sort of obligation that I have to completing this and seeing it all the way through, other than the very frightening young man who visited me in prison.
Do you still want to go through with it?
I believe I don't have much of a choice in regard to at least collecting the remainder of the ingredients. And to my knowledge, once those are collected, I will be given further instruction within the tome.
What happens if you don't?
Death, I'm assuming.
That's sort of what was implied.
So this is... Sorry, I'm slow.
Not
I
at all.
want to make sure that I'm understanding everything. This is a supernatural consequence.
I believe so.
So, not just they're gonna send their bruisers after you.
Oh, that most assuredly will happen. That, I believe, was the prison visit. But
But the supernatural consequence will happen regardless of whether we punch him in the face.
that I'm not sure of. To my understanding, the supernatural aspect currently is this individual that calls himself the Queen, who is the one sending the lackeys out and about.
Miss Salome, forgive me if I'm wrong. Do tell me otherwise. If I am. But you're kind of jumping into this without knowing everything about it.
Welcome to dealing with the supernatural.
It's not the way that you operate normally.
I agree. Which is
No wonder
why.
it's got you spooked.
Oh, most assuredly.
What, Glass can't put two and two together for you, or is she Lord Skurlock?
We can certainly try.
Have. Lord Skurlock was only able to dig up that whatever these ingredients were would cause some sort of catastrophic event that would most likely not do much of anything except kill all of those involved.
I've got an idea. Grackle makes a good point. We are severely lacking in information. And though the avenues that Lord Skurlock and I would typically pursue have not turned up much, there are other ways to gather information.
I'm open to any ideas you may have.
Oh, what do we do this one the old-fashioned way? Sneak in and we listen. Somebody's got to be talking about it.
All right.
And given my general proclivities for being in the shadows, and a couple of new talents I've picked up, which Grackle, at least, is aware of, I don't think it'd be that difficult.
Once again, tell me if I'm wrong, but this whole thing's got you pretty spooked. And you don't know whether or not it's something you want. I reckon not having enough information is contributing to that issue. You can't play the game if you don't know what the cards do.
Couldn't have said
You're
it better
accustomed to holding all the
myself.
cards.
In this particular situation, I feel as if my entire hand was taken about 12 years ago. And not only that, but my complete memory of what I held.
Then perhaps we should, drop some eaves.
All right. Let's see what we can find. I think regardless, we will need to gather the implements either way. Doesn't mean we have to
Shoot, Miss
use them.
Shoot, Miss Salome, there's a reason why you've hired somebody who can talk to ghosts and somebody who can kill people. It's so we can do both at the same time.
Well, since I do both of those things, what have you been doing recently? That was a joke.
Can I roll to catch this vibe? I'm just saying.
So
like,
whispers, that was
I
a
don't,
joke.
I don't really feel like I need to, but I
Yeah,
just-
roll me a
Vibe
do
check?
study.
Something changed today.
Yeah. Something is different.
Different.
Can I do this
They're
as a
finishing each
situation
other's
to understand what's
sandwiches.
going on? Can I do a survey on this if I could?
Sure. Yeah, we'll go
Okay,
see the
okay.
situation. All right. We'll call this controlled standard.
Okay. There is a 6 in there.
We
so
should roll some dice
3.
today.
Yeah, you pick up on the vibes.
What vibes?
That's up to y'all. I'm not gonna prescribe
What
that on you.
vibes?
What are the vibes?
What are the vibes?
Give me the vibes!
Wings and I are gonna have to talk about the vibes.
I can tell you about the vibes from Grackle's position.
Yes.
It's a vulnerability that she almost has irritation over. There's a conflicted nature to it in the sense that, like, you know, she has to maintain a little bit of that, but it's something that she is perturbed by. I mean, like, I don't know, have you ever like seen like a well-trained dog like next to something that irritates it? Like that's kind of what's going on there.
I love
That's the perfect metaphor for their
love
entire
that
relationship.
metaphor. And glasses vibes.
It's toleration is what it is.
We don't need no moderation.
She's tolerating me, which has never
Which
happened
she
before.
didn't used to do, granted.
She used to just leave the room.
Yeah, well, she would leave or she would, like, you know, bark. But like Fume kind of changed that vibe too, because it was a lot easier to just be like out and out, slap you with my hat, like, you varmint.
Whereas her and Fume have just started fighting. The glass is being tolerated, which is incredible.
having to answer to glass has changed the vibe.
I think there's only one significant change to, and I think this is with Grackle more so, but just in general, the behind the glassy eyes, if you will, there's a little bit of softness that wasn't there before.
Are you saying there may be something there that wasn't there before? Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
I think Salome is quiet for a moment. Well, I think I might like to get a good night's sleep for the first time in several months. Would the two of you mind putting some general plans together, and perhaps we can all reconvene at breakfast?
No, not at all. I will say I'd be careful if you asked June specifically to draw you a bath. She's been experimenting with the sort of right ratios of bath salts, and some of them have been a little explosive. So...
Understood. I'll draw my own. Most assuredly.
Good night, then. It's good to have you back.
You need anything, you know, you can just holler.
Yes, and someone will actually answer. It's been a while.
Too many people might answer. In fact, Derek and the girls have been, I think, missing providing the level of service you require.
Might take a little while to get used to that again. Good night.
I'll see you tonight for debriefing.
All right.
And then Grackle says the same thing to Glass with an entirely different meaning.
Hey. Yeah, Grackle will later have a conversation with Salome and fill her in with the fact that, like, she disappeared for like a month.
Can we save that for when RJ's here so RJ can have some drama too?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're reaching close to time, and rather than try to get involved in too much and go overtime, probably better to call it, and then this will be a perfect amount of time because we really didn't get too far past downtime. So
We just did
Come back.
downtime today.
Yeah.
so
Let's
we
be
can
real.
come back and
drag our
RJ
feet.
can do a million rolls.
Yeah.
To build
Yay.
luckily, with the
Robots,
time skip that ended up working
robots.
out, time wise, it won't be as weird as if he had done this in like a week.
Oh,
If
So-
anything,
yeah.
RJ, we did this for you.
We did this for
We did this
you,
for you.
man.
We
This
did
was
this
for
All
you.
I'm so glad we decided to do time skip shit today. That was
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
perfect
We
timing.
got
That was good
prison
shit.
stuff, yeah, which I'm sure we may happen
And
again.
Glasses are riding high on Grackle, just saying Glass did most of the work.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Really,
be like that's like the highlight of their week. They're like, hell yeah. All right. Progress. We're making progress. I did do most of the work. You're right.
I would
Somebody
love
else
to
said it.
see if we get more prison stuff in the game, because now that y'all have experienced kind of what it's like and you have some things set up to make
Yeah.
it easier.
We
you
are
could
also
keep your
doing
one in level.
imprisonment on easy mode.
Yeah, well, you could do prison stuff to keep your wanted level low rather than keep your one level
Yeah.
getting higher. So it's good to do this first time we like I'm learning too as the GM is like maybe encouraging to do that earlier on
Mhm.
to
Just
keep
like
the
go to
wanted
jail
level
for
from-
a few weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get claims. There's lots of cool stuff you get from getting prison claims. The risk is that you may get trauma from it.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
so cool
But
stuff.
when you can roll so many dice.
Yeah, well, now with the tier level you're at, prison is a much less daunting task than when we first started. We're tier 0, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Imagine
And
being a
Jailbird's
scrappy
fun.
little tier 1 in and out of prison, just like building a slow, small empire. Any Hoosers.
let's go ahead and do our end of session stuff. Let's see. Advancement, PC advancement. All right.
The problem we've run into today is that RJ is usually the one that puts the quotes in the docs, so I don't think
Ah,
any of
shit.
us
Like we've
put
got
a
any quotes?
single quote in there.
No.
I didn't put shit.
I did. Well, here's the thing: there were only 3 of us. We didn't have time.
That's fine.
We were busy being in prison and fighting and falling in love. I mean, bonding.
We can all agree.
And
We can all agree that RJ had the best quote today.
Yeah.
So
this one goes. This one goes out to RJ.
PC.
I was gonna do a bit, but I was in the wrong chat, so I couldn't
Oh.
scroll up.
The same cat ran outside and got stuck again. I will
You
be
fucker.
no.
CC.
back.
My quote
You
goes to
little
RJ for "Listen, we're at a bar. Don't expect me to be coherent." In the chat.
Well, if Sid's gone, I don't want her to miss it. Sid can do her own XP.
She
I
can
feel
be
like
trusted with her own
yeah.
XP.
So desperate action rolls. I don't think we had any of those today.
Nope.
Playbook specific XP trigger.
Oh, honey, there were some in there.
Is
Was this vengeance?
no. This doesn't count as vengeance, but does avoiding your problems count as tackling a challenge? Addressing a challenge.
I addressed a challenge by refusing to address the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I addressed a challenge with avoidant behavior.
If that is on your sheet, then yeah.
It's
go for it.
it's very Grackle to me.
Well, specifically tracking. You addressed a challenge with tracking or violence.
I don't think we had much of either of those today, unless you want to make an argument to me for fitting something that you had as tracking. Or violence.
The disappearing into the woods. The thing is, I didn't roll for anything.
No, that would have not been a challenge. Honestly, that was specifically
Okay.
a consequence of
I suppose that was the question I was asking.
Yes.
Did this count
That-
as a challenge?
That
No,
what that will
you
count
will-
as struggling with issues from your vice or trauma.
yes, that will count for
Oh.
that. Belief
The thing
drives
I never
heritage.
mark for.
Belief drives heritage as a background. You'll always get something for that. And
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
you did some role play, so you're gonna
Oh,
get
hell
that.
yeah. In spades.
And then vice or traumas. Yes, you got a.
Now,
a
what if
vice
we
there.
struggled with issues from other people's vice or traumas?
Yeah.
Specifically says yours. So
Is
I think
this not a
that
team?
that falls under your
but-
beliefs, drives heritage, or background. in my
But we
opinion.
can do so many teamwork things no matter where everyone else is.
yes, you
That-
can.
Okay, I'm sensing the answer might be no.
The answer might be
We've
no.
found the
Yeah.
loophole in this system.
Listen, y'all have already gotten so many advancements. I'm
Wings
not
are
going to be
supposed to
generous
back
with
me up
y'all.
here.
It's your XP, our XP.
See, she gets it. She understands.
Okay, so for crew advancement, Van, do you want to do the
I've
crew
got
stuff?
it right here, mon frere. A successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
Not today.
Does sabotaging
Prince.
someone's
Today!
emotions count? No, I'm just kidding. Contend with challenges above your current station. Iron Hook Prison?
You didn't really.
Okay.
You tangled with higher tiers or more dangerous opposition.
Salome did literally get into a fight in prison.
Let me see what faction.
Did.
So
And I actually just leveled up my prowess, so I'm gonna take 1 point in skirmish
Sorry, chat says
as I've been inside.
that's really good. Chat says trauma is not a group exercise.
Usually.
If you're doing it right.
I'm gonna say probably not today for
That's fair.
challenges.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Did you do anything to promote your reputation?
I'm
What was our
loyal as
reputation?
fuck. I went to prison for these bitches.
That
I
is
mean, that's
true.
true.
Okay, I'll give you all that one. So-
Goals, drives, inner conflict, essential nature. We know.
Of course.
We know we did that.
Of course.
Okay.
We locked Fume in the basement, and that's enough for 2 XP.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's our essential nature.
It's locking Fume in the basement
Fume locked
for
in
a
the
while.
basement.
Okay,
All right.
that's that.
So that is it. Sid, we did the PC one. I trust you to. If you need me to go over the questions, I can. But I figured-
I'm good. Some calculation and some working of my drives and beliefs is kind of
Yeah.
what put me over on prowess, so we're good.
Sure. Works for me. All right. Yeah, Fume gets the quote for today. Because we didn't have any in the sheet.
We were busy.
No, that's okay. It's okay. We did a lot of bullshitting today anyway.
We could also
so
give it
it's
to him for who are we eating? Are we tired of human society?
That's a winner for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to be it. Everyone, ending on time today for once in my goddamn life. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching.
For all our tangents, we're gonna end on time.
Yeah. So one thing I can guarantee today.
Who'da thunk it?
We will be back in a week to continue our game. I believe we'll have everyone back next week with the schedule and how it's shaking out. So come join us for that. In the meantime, on Monday, be back with Red Jenny. We're there in the middle saving a bunch of people from a burning building.
Several, in fact, burning buildings. That is
Several burning buildings and like 50 people.
10 of whom have already died.
Yeah, we're down to 40, I think.
We saved 5. 10 are dead. We've saved 5.
35 to go.
Yep. But yeah, join us for that on Monday, 8:00. Same channel. Thank you everyone out there for watching. Thank you to my lovely players for making this game a joy to run as usual.
And thank you to Cece for getting out twice because he keeps trying to climb the ivy wall because there's a bird's nest up there.
Vicious.
Son of a bitch. Sorry.
Just give him a ladder, let him go murder him.
Support your children's interests.
Yeah. We will see everyone in 1 week, and until next time, good game and good night, internet.